Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps and I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood in the beat. If they don't leave anything behind after eating.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they want to call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five. I'm the kingpin.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Let's see. We'll get the comments in. What's going on, Bruce? Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's happening, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Good to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? I decided to come on a little earlier, you know what I'm saying, since I had some time, you know what I'm saying? Usually I'm driving out there, you know what I'm saying, on the road, you know what I'm saying, across America. But I want to look at this Shawn Porter, you know what I'm saying, interview about being the measuring stick to between him, you know, he fought Errol Spence Jr., where, you know, where they went, you know what I'm saying, toe to toe, and it was a hard ass battle, you know. Shawn Porter, you know, he had like 6 months to train for that fight, and he went in and he gave Errol Spence Jr. hell, and he fought Terence Crawford, and you know what I'm saying, Terence Crawford, he gave Terence Crawford hell too, but you know what I'm saying, Terence Crawford was able to, you know what I'm saying, figure him out and knock him down a couple of times in the fight, real smooth, you know what I'm saying. He didn't seem, but the thing was, you know, the thing that got me, and I know everybody think I hate Bud Crawford, but you know, he didn't seem hurt, you know what I'm saying, even though he was knocked down. And you know, most people think, you know, Porter didn't train as hard for Terence Crawford, you know, working out in his backyard. Just a bunch of context. I still give Terence Crawford credit. I think he would have beat him even if he trained for 6 months, just because Porter's style, the way he has to lunge in, and it's perfect for a counterpuncher like Terence Crawford. But I want to look at this interview. Let me see if, you know, he talks about, Porter talks about him being a measuring stick between him and both fighters. So here we go.
Ask you at some point, I wasn't sure it was gonna be today, but
So here we go.
Present. How do you feel about being the measuring stick between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence? That every conversation, usually, thankfully, they're kind enough to do it when you're not there.
And is it a fair measuring
What's going on,
stick?
Don?
Did they both fight the same?
Did they
Shawn
both fight
Porter?
Shawn Porter at Shawn Porter Prime?
It's not a fair measuring stick because styles make fights.
Yeah.
I've had people, especially when I went down there to Dallas, why you ain't fight Terence the way you fought Errol? You should have fought Terence the way you fought Errol. You'd beat him. I'm like, I couldn't fight him with the same style, or at least I didn't think that I could fight him with the same style. And I really wouldn't say so.
Charles?
I mean,
with
Errol, we trained to do everything. We always train to do everything, but I think with Terence, we trained to do everything, but we knew that there were specific things that we needed to set up for the sake of words. And not that we didn't need to set them up with Errol, it just the fight just was a little bit different because of who we were fighting. They don't fight the same.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I don't think that I'm a fair measuring stick because neither of them fight like me. So if you look at Errol, you say, well, Errol couldn't handle this, couldn't handle that. Terence couldn't handle this, couldn't handle that. They don't fight each other. They wouldn't fight. Terence wouldn't come to the ring fighting like me, neither would Errol. So it's definitely it's humbling, when people talk about it, but I'm like,
not as humbling in that case when it's like, hey, he got knocked out by Terence Crawford.
Because you get that too, and
that's what I think.
He stood up to Errol's best punch, but then he got stopped by Terence.
That's what Tyson. His quote was pretty much, well, look what happened when they both fought Shawn Porter. Yeah. Look what one did. Look what the other did. Which I'm not sure it's fair. And I also there's just like swirling narratives of, this happened and this happened.
What's going on,
Shawn
James
Porter,
Blackwell?
He was halfway out. He was only a foot in boxing. He was going to retire anyway. Oh, he's Terence Crawford's friend, so he didn't.
The great part about it is like
I'll never know.
I like to equate the biggest fights in boxing to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I think on any given night, any given Sunday, one or the other team can win. And it's always, you see in the Super Bowl, it's always about moments. And the same thing for boxing. At the elite level, at the highest level, it's all about moments. And I think Errol was able to capitalize on one moment, whereas I gave Terence a couple of moments, and he was able to capitalize on a couple of moments, So I don't think it was really so much me having one foot out, in and out, so on and so forth. I think it was simply the moment, and the moment was just a little smidgen bit greater for Terence when in the moment that it counted.
So I guess to summarize, you do not think your performance against both is an indicator of what would happen in that fight.
Nope.
Just based on results.
Well, if you base it on result, no.
That's what a lot of it is. It's
you can't base it on result.
Errol, he got stopped versus Bud. And then
that's elementary school to me.
And then your dad gets thrown into the mix. God love him.
Yeah, that's elementary to me. If you look at, if you tell me if I'm right or wrong, but if you look at the fight, you say, well, that guy's gonna stop that guy because that guy stopped him. That's elementary.
Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali. And so, George Foreman knocks out Joe Frazier. So clearly George Foreman is going to knock out Muhammad Ali. But nope.
It also is very important to mention this, and I can't stress this enough. You could be a fan of both of them, to be honest with you. You could be a fan of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. And you can predict the fight however you want to, but they're both great fighters. They're the two best welterweights on the planet, two of the best fighters on the planet. It's just very divisive. It's like, oh, well, no. I'm a Terence Crawford guy, so I can't give Errol any credit. Yeah. And then the Errol Spence fans, I can't give Terence any credit. They're both great fighters, both great guys.
And during that press run, who somebody told me who's going to be the most talked about people in that press conference is Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter. They're going to bring them up all day.
So I just wanted to share that, what I'm saying, because I thought that was interesting, take from Shawn Porter. What's going on, great mind? Welcome to the channel. He says Crawford is a slow starter that will cost him the fight because Spence doesn't slow down. Yeah, that's a great point. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol Spence Jr., his punch volume, I think, is the most at welterweight right now in the division. Probably all the damn boxing except for the lighter weights. You know what I'm saying? He throws the most volume of punches. But I thought it was an interesting take. Porter's always articulate and like Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? Pretty good damn analyst when it comes to breaking down fights, even his own fight. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, he really enjoys, tearing apart the fights. And, he understands, like what he was saying. Terence Crawford took advantage of two moments, and Errol Spence Jr. took advantage of one moment. I thought that was pretty, pretty good damn analyst, for himself, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to come on and see what y'all thought about that, because I came across the podcast, and, we've been saying that Shawn Porter, he wasn't himself with Terence Crawford. He didn't train as hard because they were friends, just like they were saying on the podcast. And, here he is saying, like, he just, made a mistake, basically. And Terence Crawford was able to capitalize, being a great counterpuncher. Terence Crawford is a slow starter because, Shawn Porter was up in that fight. And that's why Bomac went over in the corner and he told him, he said, hey, man, you down in the fight. And so you got to turn up, bro. You got to do something. You know what I'm saying? And you saw the look on Terence Crawford's face, you know what I'm saying? Because he was surprised he was down in the fight. And I'm like, wow, he must be really thought he was winning. And I don't know how, but, you know what I'm saying, he was surprised to hear it. And so he turned up on Shawn Porter, and he got Shawn Porter up out of there where his father threw in the towel. So I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is, I've been seeing a lot of doubt on Errol Spence Jr. boxing abilities. You know what I'm saying? What's going on Black Star Sports TV? What's happening, man? Yeah, I just wanted to get this in early because, we be up into the wee hours of the night, man, getting it in, talking boxing. It'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard for me to function the next day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I done got old now. I can't stay up like y'all young folk. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think about that, man? He says, I think Crawford versus Porter was the sloppiest I ever seen Porter. Me too, man. I thought that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Porter, he got some of the quickest feet in boxing. And, you know what I'm saying? He didn't look, as sharp, you know what I'm saying, as I have seen him and, with Errol Spence Jr. and some of the fighters in the past, because he's totally lightning quick, lightning fast. And, against Terence Crawford, he didn't look like that. Looked like he ran out of steam. And, you never see Porter run out of steam. That's something you never see. He's always in tip-top condition. You know what I'm saying? And I know that pisses off a lot of Bud Crawford fans. But, you know what I'm saying, this is what we do. We analyze boxing. You know what I'm saying? We break it down. We look at, you know what I'm saying, the fighters' performances. And, it's no emotion really attached to it. It's just that, we want to make sure that the best is fighting the best, and the best are at their best when they're fighting. You know what I'm saying? And, even though Terence Crawford got the win, you know what I'm saying, but did he beat the best Shawn Porter? You know what I'm saying? Because, we seen how Shawn Porter prepared for Terence Crawford, and we seen how he prepared for Errol Spence Jr. And we know that there's more of a grudge for Shawn Porter with Errol Spence Jr. When he went in there, he meant business. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that bullshit friendship. He wasn't banging no gloves at the end of rounds. It was all about, I want to whip your ass, Errol. And I think motivation is a separation of it. I think he was really motivated to whip Errol Spence Jr. ass. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol had been talking shit about he's going to knock him out. And he was talking shit about he can't sell out a goddamn back home barbecue. Oh, that shit was hilarious. And I think Shawn just really wanted to really show his ass up. You know what I'm saying? The Lizzie Way 7 says, I think Bud fans look at EJ getting him by top competition and comparing it to the lower level of competition Bud fought. It's just not the same. And I say the same thing, bro. I say the same thing. It's like, how can they not see? And plus, another thing is, the higher you move up in weight, the more respect because of the weight, you know what I'm saying, because of the weight difference. You know what I'm saying? You get more rank when you come as you move up and the closer you go up to heavyweight, right? We all know this, right? Because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, nobody really was checking for Duran at 135 like that. Even though it was some good fights down there, it wasn't until he moved up to fight, you know what I'm saying, with the what is it, the Four Kings, you know what I'm saying, the Three Kings, whatever you want to call it. He when he moved up and fought Sugar Ray Leonard is when everybody really took notice of him. You know what I'm saying? So the higher you go up, the more respect you get put on your name. And starting at 147, what's going on, Just Do? What's going on? I'll drop a link for you if you want to come up. Yeah, he didn't get any respect on his name until he beat Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Up at 147. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was Floyd Mayweather who really, you know what I'm saying, started. I think it was Juan Marquez. It was Floyd Mayweather who really brought attention to the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? When they had a lot of competition down there, Barrera and Eric Morales and these kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, they brought attention to the lightweight divisions, but still, starting at 147, that was like a pure glamour division where everybody, you know what I'm saying, that had boxing heads, you know what I'm saying, looking like these are the killers, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, W. Nibbles? What's going on, my brother? And Just Do Boxing in the building. What's happening? So just to say all that to say, you know what I'm saying, that Shawn Porter, you know what I'm saying, he came out and he said he's really not the measuring stick, between Terence Crawford and what's going on, Just Do? What's happening, my brother? What's happening?
Oh, counter boxing. What's good, bro? How you
What's happening? Oh, all right, bro. I had to come on in early and mix it up. I had some time. Usually I don't. So, you know what I'm saying? I said, let me come on here and kick it with the fellas, you know what I'm saying? So I could get some sleep at night.
I feel you. I had to come show some love, man. I always catch you in the chat, man. So I make sure I return the love, bro. How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good,
Salute to everybody in the chat, too. What you cooking on? The people doubting EJ?
Yeah, yes, sir. You been hearing all this doubt, bro?
Yeah. I honestly, I don't understand it. I mean, it's getting so bad to the point where, I'm doing this 6 months already. I'm running into all types of trolls, and it get out of hand, yo. The way we give Errol Spence's just due, people don't want to get at to him. I had somebody, just jump right in my chat. Oh, he only fights CD level fighters. Danny Garcia, this. Ugas, that. Shawn Porter, that. I mean, like, at every turn, he was discrediting. I'm like, yo, your opinion is fine, but when you jump in somebody's chat like that, you're a little aggressive, and you don't know the temperature of the room you in. I'm just due for a reason. I ain't gonna look at Errol Spence's career and find negatives that, reasons to not like the guy. Like, he did everything he said he was gonna do. You know what I mean? He said since you could remember, he always wanted to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And you fast forward now, even with this dude being about 3 years or more out the ring due to the setbacks, even with that being said, he's still one fight away from achieving his ultimate goal at 47. I'm like, you could do nothing but appreciate that. Yeah, he battled some demons. He made some mistakes. He corrected them. He stopped with the drinking, stopped bad decision making. He got a nutritionist, new strength and conditioning coach, and I think it paid off. I think Errol Spence knows what's in front of him. I think from here on out, you want to see the best possible Errol Spence you could get. And like he said, if somebody beat him, it's not going to be because of something he did or didn't do. It's going to be because they was better than him.
Ain't that the truth? You know what I'm saying? And you can see by the way he's working hard, man. I mean, he's out there in that Texas sun, you know what I'm saying, running up mountains. He's ignoring the rhetoric. Well, EJ said he listens, it fuels him.
Fuels him the right way. Facts.
Right. He said he listens to all this stuff. And even Terence Crawford has changed his tune. You know what I'm saying? He's so respectful now about it's an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence Jr. And I was surprised by that. Were you?
Me too. that was refreshing to hear, man. Because I mean, if you could go down the line, the Errol Spence track record, man, he ain't really got nothing negative to say about Terence Crawford. Even when he say he feel like he'll wash him, like he say, man, the dude got skills. You know, I don't take nothing from him. I just think I'm gonna beat him. And you know, when you hear from the other side or people that represent Crawford or that do a lot of the speaking for him, you know, they never have nothing positive really to say about Errol Spence, and it's usually a lot of hatred and like personal attacks. They be out, they step outside the boxing to critique Errol for the most part because they know inside that ring he a whole problem, man. His nickname is the truth for a reason, and I believe that's just really what we're gonna continue to see from that dude.
And he's like, you know, and he's like one of the most humble and likable dudes. What's going on? Who's real?
Yeah.
And you know, just respectful, family man, and and you know, he's a young guy, so you would expect young people to go out there and drink and get into the same trouble.
Yeah, exactly. You think, put yourself in his shoes, how much money he had at his disposal. I mean, no, it's not an answer, you know, to a certain degree when you of a certain status, and he had to learn the hard way. You know, he made his mistakes, he made his adjustments, and it's like you got to salute that. If all you get is negative from that, then I question you as an individual. Like, forget him, the boxer. Think about Errol Spence, the man. You don't got to know him to know the stuff that he's been through because it's public knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And he has some things he had to correct with, like, you know, blowing up in weight, fat camps and things like that. He told you after the Shawn Porter fight, look, I ain't doing that no more. Ain't no more ballooning up in weight. You get what I'm saying? I see as a person holding themselves accountable and realizing, like, because of me not crossing my T's and dotting all my I's, I allowed the fight to be closer than what it should have been. And you know what? He didn't wait too long to make the change. He said, you know what? That was close enough for me. Time to make the adjustments. He did so. Then, you know, he had the setback with the torn retina. And I think that just made him hungrier, man. And like I said, if you're one fight away from your ultimate goal, spending a little more than 3 years out of the ring with those setbacks, give me that career any day, man. I respect what he did and what he stands for. And like you said, he a likable dude, he approachable and all that. And if you check his record, he's done everything he said he was going to do. He literally, his undisputed run would be so impressive because he would have had taken 4 belts off of 4 different champions. Now, you could argue and nitpick all day about the level of opponent, but what could he do about that? But besides beat the people who had the belts, and that's exactly what he did. Started with Kell Brook, went in his backyard. He took that IBF strap. He took Shawn Porter WBC strap from him. You know what I mean? And he took Ugas WBA strap from him. He beat the man that beat the man. So, I mean, you got nitpick about the opponent, the level of opponent, but you can't say that you've seen somebody else do what he did to Ugas. You just can't say it. And the same thing with Danny Garcia, coming off a layoff. It's like you got to put those things in perspective when you speak on the entirety of Errol Spence's career. You can't just nitpicking. I mean, you can if you want, but you're not really being honest. You know what I'm saying? Give a fair assessment, man. That man been through some things. He been tested enough. He's fought the guys who had the belts. And like I said, if he was to beat Crawford, that'd be his 4th champion and 4th belt to become undisputed. That's very impressive.
And you know, the thing is, you know, when you're watching boxing, like all your life, it's always been, you know what I'm saying, about going for the best fights. You know what I'm saying? The fighter who always go for the best fighter in divisions, you know what I'm saying? That's the fighter you want to support. That's the fighter that you want to see fight. And, you know, that's what really impressed me about EJ, even coming off, you know what I'm saying, the car crash, he went for the best fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go, he wasn't like Thurman, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he always want to tune up, you know what I'm saying? A get back year. No, EJ like, no, put me in the deep water. I'm the big fish. You know what I'm saying? I'm the man with the belt. I got to defend the belt. And that's what I respect about EJ. You know what I'm saying? He respect, you know what I'm saying, boxing tradition. He guards boxing tradition. You know what I'm saying, by trying to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? You know, Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying, that fell through. But, you know, Pacquiao was passing the torch down. You know, he gave him the opportunity to pass the torch. You You know what I'm saying? You know, Mayweather didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
exactly.
he let. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what impressed me about him. I'm trying to figure out why people are doubting this man. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, why he's a great fighter, he did not go for the best in these divisions. You know what I'm saying?
Just being honest, he got the 147, and this is no slight, no disrespect to Crawford. I've been watching him for years and years. I watched him climb through the ranks from 35 to 40 to 47. But he just, when he got to 47, he fought Jeff Horn in his very first fight there, took that belt up off him, and he seemed to be content with just having that one belt. He didn't go after those other belts, and that's why I urge people to just put that in perspective. He got a belt in his first fight there, and that's the same belt he had all the way up until this point. And, you know, they criticize EJ for, I guess, cleaning up his side of the street, whereas, you know, Terence Crawford, just respectfully, was just going off the facts. He didn't chase these other champions or belt holders, whatever you want to call them. He didn't go after these dudes. They allowed Bob Arum to put him in somewhat of mediocre fights. Instead of trying to put him in 50-50 fights, he was putting him in fights that we all knew from the outside looking in he was going to win. And that's no slight to Crawford. That's just what it is. It's like you fought these guys at a time where they just wasn't their best. So it didn't necessarily test you in the way that it would have had you been in a true 50-50 fight. And I think that's what people struggle with. They think you discrediting them when you really just, you using the facts. Like you go with, Kell Brook, you know, that version of Kell Brook that he fought just simply wasn't the same version that, you know, Errol Spence fought. Just like the Kell Brook that Errol Spence fought wasn't the same exact version that Gennady Golovkin fought. It's just what it is. It's no slight to the fighter. The time in which you fought him, it just is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Even though Spence broke the other eye socket, he still get critiqued and criticized, and they don't really give him the proper just due for that win. He went over in Sheffield, England. He beat a man in his backyard, you know. He had the one loss against Golovkin. That was expected. You jumped 2 weight classes. Nobody asked you to do that. You get what I'm saying? And if you wanted to be technical, he had the loss, but as a welterweight, he was still undefeated for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? So Spence beat him and just didn't get the credit for it. And it's like, you think now Crawford fought him, 3 years after the fact? And y'all want to give him the utmost credit when you got to be fair. If you're going to discredit Spence, you can't give Crawford but so much credit. Now, I always say this. He can't control what version of Kell Brook showed up. Only thing he could do was cross his T's and dot his I's. That's it. And that's exactly what he did. And to be fair, I think that version of Kell Brook had more success than he should have had against Crawford, because he had his eyes swell, you know, early in the fight. You know, it didn't even last that long. And before it was over, he already was touching him up with that jab consistently. And we all know who got one of the best jabs in the business, if we being honest.
What's going on, Linares Thomas? What's going on?
Well, what's going on? Poole just hit him with the counter and give me my just due. How you guys doing?
You already know it, brother. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right. Man, I feel like we just beat a damn horse. I feel like, you know, EJ is just damned if you do, damned if you don't. I had got an argument last night. It was for a few hours with this one guy that I respect. But like he said what his argument points was, well, if Terence Crawford and Errol Spence were the exact same size, Terence Crawford would run through Errol Spence. I'm like, well, if you're gonna do that, then if you give him a physical attribute like that, you got to give Errol Spence an attribute, give him more speed of Terence Crawford, and see how things turn out. And as soon as I said that, he said, "Oh," everybody started laughing like I was dumb or something. Like he said, "Oh, you try to make a speed pound for pound list." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Nobody's trying to make no speed pound for pound list. I'm just saying if you're gonna give Terence Crawford the same physical attribute of size with Errol Spence, it's only fair to give Errol Spence the same speed of Terence Crawford if they're the same size." Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm doing, I'm just keeping it fair. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do that, well, okay, we'll give Errol Spence some speed then. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we could play that game all day. You know,
right.
We can play that game all day. So So stop. Let's just take it for what it is. Both welterweights. The Terence Errol Spence is not he's a bigger welterweight, but he can make the weight, and and Terence
not to
Crawford can make the
mention
weight fine too.
Spence time and make up for whatever he don't have in speed. You get what I'm saying? His time.
Yeah. Well, it's almost as if it's a systematic boxing systematic pushback. You know what I'm saying, against Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? This whole industry fighters, you know what I'm saying, they resist, you know what I'm saying, his style. They don't seem to like his fundamental style. They seem to just critique, you know what I'm saying, everything he's doing. And, for him to be a 3-belt unified champion, I just think that's very intriguing to why he's getting that kind of pushback. Usually you see a guy who goes snatch 3 belts off 3 very good champions, you know what I'm saying, in their prime, you know what I'm saying. Look like he would get more accolades for that, but look like they want to hold back, they don't want him to blow up, you know what I'm saying. How, you see somebody on the rise and they want to hold him back from greatness, you know what I'm saying. They don't want him to achieve that Hall of Fame status, and you just kind of feel it just the way, you know what I'm saying. You hear what's his name, Ishmael hater dude, Ishe Smith, yeah, that dude, the biggest hater in boxing.
Yeah, man, he's a salty dude, ain't he?
Yes, sir. That dude is miserable.
Bro. Yeah, I don't know what's his deal. Man, I don't know what it is with Spence. I think they think when we give him credit for what he's doing now, that means we discredit what Crawford did at 40. That's not the case. It's just what he did at 40 holds no merit as to what he's doing at 47. That's a new weight class. It's like you're still an active fighter. Your accolades and what you did at 140 is going to be there for you when you retire. I think you too much worried about getting your flowers right now, and you still an active fighter. You almost moving like a guy that's planning on retirement, or that's at least considering it. Like, you ain't nothing wrong with receiving your awards and things like that, but I think the way he been speaking and some of the things he tweet is like, I don't know, he expect us to give him more credit for something that you definitely going to receive all the credit and flowers for. I truly believe once you're retired. I feel like don't accolades matter more once you out, then they factor all that stuff up. You an active fighter. Why should that even matter? And that Errol Spence, on the other hand, he just putting in the work. He don't even care. He don't care about the accolades, the pound for pound. The only thing he truly focused on is getting that last belt. And I think that the mentality is going to play a big factor as to where they're at mentally.
Yeah,
Seem like one is focused on the job at hand.
Yeah, Earl said, listen, you can replace me on a pound for pound list with Jamel Charlo. I don't care.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Take me off. I don't give a damn. So I don't think he cares as much.
Knockout was good, bro.
So it's just, there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with them having their opinions. But I just feel like I don't know if I can say hate, of Errol Spence Jr. because I haven't really seen, like, other than James Toney, I haven't really seen somebody just like.
Well, you don't remember when he was in the hospital, how they was like wishing he was fucked up and everything. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember the fans being like that, but
the
fighters, who was like
no, not fighters. I was talking about fans. I was talking about
the fans. Yes, that is true. I do remember that. Yeah.
No. The fighters just behaved on his fighting style. You know what I'm saying he fight one way, like you could look at, say me and you and the boxing aficionados can look at it and see the man fighting very different ways. You know what I'm saying? How can they not see it?
Facts, knockout.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just think that it's an underestimation, man. That's what I think it is. I just think they're underestimating this kid, and that's what it's mainly is. Because you hear like, we all know what that famous thing with Sugar Ray Leonard. Well, why are you picking Mikey? Because he's Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And Errol looked up to Sugar Ray Leonard. So I'm pretty sure he saw him. He saw his fights. You know what I'm saying, when he was a kid. And
that's one of you do understand Sugar Ray Leonard is one of the people he studied and really looked up to. It was him. It was him. He's on record as stating this. It was him. Terrible Terry Norris. He did a little bit of Roy Jones. Those were some of the fighters that he looked up to when he was studying sport. So
and imagine you becoming a champion, you becoming a pro, pro fighter, and then these guys just shit on all your boxing style, your achievements, and everything. You know what I'm saying? By picking the other opponent. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because he never reached out to him and said, hey, you know, how you ask for any advice. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like a introvert, self-made dude. You know what I'm saying? He really liked to do things on his own. He didn't even go to rehabilitation. You see what I'm saying? After the car accident.
Stuff on his own. That's crazy.
Yeah, he just skipped all that shit, and he did it for himself. So that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, but he didn't reach out probably to the legends and pay deference to them. You know what I'm saying? Pay homage to them. You know what I'm saying? In some kind of way, they took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? You know, for these new champions. You know, because everybody loves the limelight. You know what I'm saying? These in this boxing era. You know, the old heads, especially Roy Jones Jr., he definitely loved that shit.
I think even though I think George Foreman, I think he was picking against Earl with the Mikey fight, if I remember correctly.
Who?
George Foreman.
George Foreman. Yeah.
I think it was another heavyweight that did the same thing. So yeah, it's crazy. You know, it's just I don't know. I just feel like they didn't underestimate.
Yeah, that Hall of Fame situation, it seemed like they don't understand the love that Spence get. It's one thing, like it's particularly mostly with Floyd. Like if you look and you think about it, we love Floyd more so for what he did in the ring, not him outside the ring. I think Spence get the love on both ends, man. And I might be reaching, I could be wrong as hell. It's just my thought process on that. He get the love in a way that they can't understand, man. They love this dude inside and outside the ring. Seen a situation where Floyd was over there taking pictures and Anthony Joshua was there, and he went to go like hug the lady. I think she had her kid or something. She walked right past this dude and went to Anthony Joshua. Like she paid this dude no mind. It was like cringeworthy to watch it. And he had to kind of attach himself at the end of the picture. It was like weird to see, but that's just a testament to, like, not saying they don't still care about you, but the love is different for Errol Spence. I don't see nobody walking past him and not being willing to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? I see them knowing who he is, like, and not doing that. And I just think he's a more approachable dude, whereas Floyd almost isolated himself from the same fan base that he wanted him to support, that he expected to support him. Meaning, like, when he was around, all the bodyguards and shit, you can't even touch this dude. See what I'm saying? It's like,
well, Floyd went through some staggering hate. You know what I'm saying? Because he was still coming up doing a lot of open racism, and you know what I'm saying, when he was especially fighting a lot of Mexicans and coming up, he was just destroying Mexicans and well, he was a arrogant motherfucker.
It's the truth.
Mayweather was an arrogant, brash motherfucker. When he would beat him, he would dance. He would get up there and he would put it in their face. Look, I beat your boy, Angel Garcia. He destroyed him.
Exactly. People act like
not like, Angel Garcia, Angel Manfredi. I meant to say. Yeah, he destroyed his ass, and he would do his little cocky dance, and he would just move around.
You see this little black dude doing this little, it piss people off.
Yeah, and he would go out there and he would look at the crowd and he would poke his chest out and he was like, "Look, yeah, I knocked your boy out. What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? And they hated goddamn Floyd, man. You know what I'm saying? So when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, when he beat his ass, you know what I'm saying? It was really hate time. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, I was Oscar De La Hoya fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was fighting all the people. When he beat Fernando Vargas and shit, that was his biggest moment. You know what I'm saying? And he won. And he beat the Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? So they really hated him. Just like Bradley received hate after he beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about it is that Floyd was an unapologetic, successful, rich black man that flaunted, and that's a no-no in a lot of people's book. If you're that arrogant, that's a no-no. See, you see the energy is different when it's Conor McGregor, who's successful and having money, and nobody really hates on him and have the hatred for him. But when it comes to Floyd in his era, in his time when he was doing that, people hated him for it. So you can kind of tell the energy is a little bit different. You know, Conor McGregor didn't receive the same hate Floyd did back in his career, and they kind of have the same personality type. You know, unapologetic, flaunting, have money. See, but nobody talks about that.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? He talking his shit and calling people pussies and dozers, and he's brash.
Yeah, I mean, with Tyson Fury, it's more to the fighter. But I'm saying when you can, this is a Floyd and Conor McGregor are two perfect examples of people who flaunt, unapologetic, talk their ish, etc. And one gets treated differently from the other. So you just notice, and they both were arrogant, and then. You know, and the messed up part about it, Conor McGregor is even worse because he actually has a whole bunch of negative public instances of beating up people because they need to take pictures with him or stuff like that. And so,
well, I tell people all the time, and I don't dance around it. You know, boxing is racism in boxing. Boxing is about race. You know, you want motherfuckers like you. You want the motherfuckers that look like you to win. I don't know why people dance around that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It could be a motherfucker way less skilled. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, okay, so you know he gonna win, but the other dude look like me, so I'm rooting for him. So that's just boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way boxing is. Now, I mean, I ain't saying you can't be objective. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, well this dude is better skilled. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna whip this guy ass, and you just admit that. You know what I'm saying? But inside, you're gonna be rooting for the dudes you want to win. You know what I'm saying?
And you know it's crazy, and I'll be the first one to say it. If I have a fighter that's not African American, and I like him, he's going against an African American I don't know, I just stay silent because I'm torn inside.
right.
Like, example,
but you know,
I'm gonna give you an example. I really like Caleb Plant, but if I see Caleb Plant go in and fight a brother, I just stay silent and I don't say anything because I don't know because I'm torn.
Well, I just don't understand why, you know, people are so sensitive nowadays, because, you know, when I grew up, it's just what it was. People knew boxing was about race, and I don't know what happened to the world.
Sensitivity.
What's going on, Will Hunter? What you got?
What's up, man? I'm gonna keep it 100 on that racism stuff. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I go for all black guys. Just because you ain't gonna never
wrong with that.
Just because like you ain't gonna never see no Filipino going for no black guy. Ain't no like, and we the only race in boxing that we really choose. Like just how y'all was talking about Errol. It don't make no sense for how Roy and them be doing. They be trying to do Errol bad, man. They be doing that dude bad, man. That don't make no sense, man. Like I say, man, you can have a Mexican guy, goddamn, with one arm going against an undefeated black guy, man. The Mexicans still gonna pick. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican. They and it's like it ain't nothing, huh?
As they should. You choose to do the same thing.
As they should, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I be more like, man, I'm going for all black guys, man. I'm not keeping it real no more, man, because I don't.
Yeah, I hear you though, bro. You went out, but yeah, bro, as they should. You know, I don't expect anything different, and we should do the same thing. And can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is the problem. I know this is kind of going off on a tangent here, but the problem with African Americans or so-called black people is that they don't have a ruling class mentality. So that's the reason why we're in our condition we're in. And until we learn how to work together with each other, nothing's going to change. Until we learn and we know who we really are as people, nothing's going to change. So
what it is over the years we've been conditioned to hate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We've been conditioned to fight ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You know, we look at ourselves, you know what I'm saying, as a lower, not just competition, but we don't respect each other. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you could say a black person could tell you something that's right, and a white person can come right back behind him and tell him the same thing. You'll do what the white person says, because we've been conditioned that way, and I've seen it in real time. You know what I'm saying?
But pull counter. If we know that, and knowing that, we must do better, right? If we know better, we must do better, right?
Right. So, but we're not a monolith, though. We all different. We're not a monolith. We can't corral everybody. Everybody different. You got some that are leaders. You got some that are followers. You got some that will never follow you because they want to be the leaders. So, you know, we still have personalities within the community. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take like a a huge leader to galvanize everybody, and they still ain't gonna be on the same page 100%. You know what I'm saying? I got some background noise, Will Hunt.
My bad, man. I'm a truck driver, man.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, man. Truck broken head called me, man. I had just dropped out the load, man. Trying to see what was going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to galvanize, you know what I'm saying, a whole community. Sure. And especially when we've been raised in this systematic system, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get off on that. I just want to say, you know, how it applies to boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I said one last thing. I already came to the conclusion, man, we're not all going to make it. So I already know that. You know what I'm saying? I could say that, but I gave up on the community as a whole a long time ago. And I know that.
You got to be able to adapt, you know what I'm saying, to the society that you're in. Even though we know what we're dealing with, you still got to grow. You still got to adapt, you know what I'm saying, to the game that's being played. And that means, you know, whatever you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to rise up in the ranks, to make your money, to take care of your family, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So, you know, even though you identify as black, you know what I'm saying, black people, you know, some black people support you, but you can't depend on that. You still got to depend on yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It starts with you. I just know that. Like, you know, I just know that. Like you said, you know, you got to depend on yourself, and I know that not everybody, you know, all black people are going to think the way you think. So I want to do the best for the community as a whole. So not, like I said, not all of us are going to make it, and I know that, you know. So and then you got to cut some time. Have you seen the movie? What's that name of that movie? It's a good movie too. It was the one. It was like a little light skinned dude actor. Older dude who was like a sergeant in the military, and he ended up getting killed at the end of the movie, but because he kind of believed in what's the name of that terminology, like basically like only the strong seed survives basically, and I forget what that terminology is, but basically he got killed in the end of the movie, but like he basically was saying, like, you know, he's not gonna let the blacks holding him back or holding us back as a whole. He's not gonna let them.
You're talking about Soldier Story.
Soldier Story. Yep, that's what it's called. I agree with that dude's message, man. I don't agree with the way he did things completely, but I do agree with his message.
Talking about CJ, the way he put CJ in jail.
Yeah, well, why you say it like that? Hell yeah.
What you mean? Hell yeah. Hey, well, you know, I mean, you know, somehow, you know, it's hard to figure out how to pull up other people who are fucked up in the hood, you know, because they got some, you know, saying really disconnected personalities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a better way, you know what I'm saying, and they're just not going to see it your way. You know what I'm saying? How can you connect with those people that's disenfranchised? And some people are so caught up in being, you know, on the downturn. It's hard to, you know, they'll drag you down. So, you know, if you're not firm in where you are, don't go trying to help others, because you'll get fucked up too. You see what I'm saying? And some people get jealous of you, people that you help. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They'll drag you down too. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, but I find that movie
energy
so
is everything, man.
I find that movie so
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could invite a bum to stay in your house, you know, for 2 days, and then after 2 days, he gonna want something. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be mad if he don't get something to eat, or he don't get enough greens on his plate. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, he's trying to burn down your damn house. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because even though you might be noble in your intentions, you know what I'm saying? You know, people, that shit comes back to hurt people. Hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help folks, you know what I'm saying? Because they get entitled real fucking quick on you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in my life. I've helped people, and they turn around and become your worst enemy, even though you helped them out. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, in boxing, it's just going to be a double standard. And, you know, you see the pound for pound list. You see how that's going.
They act like Lomachenko ain't. They'll make it seem like Lomachenko ain't lost before. We'll sweep that under the rug. Man, it's just, man. And I love boxing, man. But boxing will make you hate they system, man. How it is.
Yeah.
Don't be 10 for
That's why we come up with our own pound for pound list, because what we think matter more to me than what they think. on
That's
any
right.
day of the week. So I would listen to your pound for pound list way before I would theirs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're not going to respect. You know, I think Champ Side pound for pound list did it for me.
Man, his was on point. I seen his. His was on point.
You know, so, you know, I mean, because, you know, for them, it's about, you know, the power of imagery. Imagery is really powerful. So they got to have, it's more than boxing. Anything that's, you know, the public's consuming, you know what I'm saying? It's got that propaganda in there, you know what I'm saying? And they got to have it. They got to have that propaganda for survival. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get all into that, but that's what it is.
Speaking on that propaganda, and I heard y'all was talking about. That's why I think Floyd just took advantage of it. Like, fuck it, you want a bad guy? Oh, watch this.
Yeah, I always said they created that monster. It started with not giving him his proper credit. You know what I'm saying? And I think once he's seen that, you know, he could get people to come, whether they wanted to see him win or lose, he just took it and ran with it.
Yeah,
that's why I wish Errol do. I want Errol to start, like, even though he do, and I know that's not him, but man, I want Errol to start talking. He got to start talking to, especially
you know
to the black guys, man.
Yeah, he been doing it in his little subtle way. He been doing it in his little subtle way.
It'd be funny too. It'd be funny. But I just want him to go in on him, man. Because like I'd be like, dog.
That's why he said F them all. He said F them all. Nobody was giving him his credit. He's like, man, F him.
And see, they want to be gatekeepers, but they're not true gatekeepers because these guys are already established. So no matter what you say about Terence Crawford, no matter what you say about Errol Spence Jr., you can't harm these guys. They've already made it. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the fans need to calm down. These guys going to be okay. Your ass going to have to pay your light bills. Your ass going to have to, you know, make sure this economy don't fall from beneath your feet. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what people are saying about them, because these dudes, they've done something that we should be, you know, celebrating both of them for, and that's being able to have generational wealth for their family. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we just tripping on the hatred that's going on in boxing, because these guys, Errol Spence Jr. is doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it. He's fighting the best dudes. You know what I'm saying? He's going after the best competition. You know what I'm saying? And even he's talking about fighting Boots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Up at 154, he said his time is going to come. Now, you don't hear other fighters doing that except for maybe Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder fought the best. You know, these kind of fighters. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping the boxing tradition going. The fighters who are just in it for the money, you know what I'm saying? They just only want the big fights. You know what I'm saying? Like the Canelos. You know, we're looking at my boy Tank, much as I love that dude. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's just going to be on that Mayweather blueprint. And I'm not mad at him for, you know, going out there and getting the money, but he just got so much talent.
Yeah, I hope that the corner turn for him after this Rolly situation. I was speaking on the live. I was saying, like, he's in the same boat as Canelo now in terms of you being a pay-per-view star. So that's what you want to be. So you got a responsibility now, because to watch you fight, people got to go in their pocket. The people at home, to watch you fight, they got to go in their pocket. So if you asking people to go in their pocket to watch you fight, you got a responsibility of giving us the best potential fights out there, fighting the absolute best competition, especially for where he at in his career and how good he is, what kind of talent he is. Like I always said with Tank, you know, he got that God-given power and he has that boxing ability to go with it. At the very worst, he's in a 50-50 fight, and those are excellent odds. And any day of the week, talking about a boxing match, if that at the very worst, you're in a 50-50 fight, I'll take them odds any day of the week. Just think about if you played the lottery and your odds was 50-50. You see what I'm saying? Think about how many more people actually play it. Those are great odds, like in a boxing match to me.
Go ahead,
he Deontay Wilder times too.
Let me read some of these. Let me read. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let me read some of these comments because they get long. Okay, the Lizzie Way 7 says the same thing Mikey did. He ran his mouth until the fight got closer. Then he slowed. Nothing but respect. EJ called it out. And W. Nibble says one thing people don't say about Benavidez one leg. He got shot with the AK-47. That's a major factor. And how you say this? Lukman Al Nas. How you say that? Lukman Al Nas. Y'all be having some crazy name. Lukman Al Nas says Ugas didn't respect EJ not one time and still got eye broke. And could just do in the building. And let's see, Ryan. I ain't gonna even try to pronounce it. Orca something. Ryan O'Rourke or something. O'Rourke. Ryan O'Rourke. So I'm messing up your name, bro. He said Bud's gonna beat the shit out of drunk. Oh shit. W. Nibble says. W. Nibble says we go on facts and Bud fans go on animation and fake matchmaking. Yeah. What's going on, Black Star Sports TV? Y'all subscribe to my man. He says Bud's going to get broke up and dropped, and he comes back and says Bud pot shot 10 against a machine gun. And what's up DW? He says Ryan O'Rourke Bud's going to wish Errol was drunk come fight night, and that's what he's been thinking on this whole time. Wow. But he's been broken worse than Ugas. What's going on, Knockout Boxing TV? What's good? Let me drop a link in case you want to come on up here. You know, Knockout be having that damn reel.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let me see. Let me drop
Knockout. Have salute to everybody in the chat, yes, man. Pardon me, I be trying to.
Y'all know Knockout shit be fire, man, over there. I love watching his live streams. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I could learn from that dude. I like watching. I love watching Knockout.
What's going on out here, Will? Hey, the link's down there. What's happening, bro? You know what I'm saying? Randy Watson says this is not true. Let's see. The Lindsay Way 7 said I don't think Bud is that much faster than EJ, if at all. I think the speed is deceiving because EJ style. And Knockout says, Knockout 86 TV says, it's simple, bro. If Crawford was going through 147 collecting belts one by one, the way Spence has done, the people that criticize Spence would be praising Bud Crawford. Wouldn't they though? But wasn't that was like a damn quote from the Bible. Wouldn't they though? They would be praising. He would have so much damn praise because he'll be on the verge of become undisputed 2 times. You know, now all this talk of him going up to fight Jamel, how the hell is he gonna get the Jamel fight if he don't goddamn get the goddamn EJ fight? Either way, he got to sign with the PBC, so shit just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Why talk about Jamel? How can you do it? You can't bypass EJ. They won't let you. PBC didn't want to make the fight with you in the first place because they didn't think he was worth the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's sad.
They struggle. The fans struggle with that. That's not us hating. That's them. You should be mad at Top Rank and Bob Arum. They didn't believe in that man enough to get him that fight. They had more than enough authority to make that fight happen. They just didn't want to. For that same reason you said. I believe so.
Ben, what's going on, Ben, in the building? You know what I'm saying? You know what to do, Ben. Let's see. Says Wayne Hunter says Floyd wanted to be the heel. And let's see. You got any comments rolling, bro? Let's see. What's going on, Knockout? What's happening, Knockout 86 TV in the building? What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? What's up, full counter? Just do my brother W. I don't know your name. I see your avatar though. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, what's up with all this EJ hate out here, man? You know, and on his boxing ability and shit, like they don't see no different styles and all that.
I mean, I don't know, bro, and that's why, like, either you gonna disrespect them, right? You gonna disrespect the legends and say they don't know what they looking at. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect them. So that's why people like myself would call it hate, simply off the strength of I believe Roy Jones knows boxing. I believe Antonio Tarver knows his boxing. I believe James Toney knows his boxing. So when I hear them say that he only fights one way, then either A, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, or B, you got some sort of disdain for you, because anybody that watches a fight, like, you can just go to different fights. Like, he fought Shawn Porter. It was a dog fight. It was a war. They fought on the inside. Wasn't much distance control. Then you look at what he did with Mikey Garcia. That was all boxing. He just kept Mikey at the end of his jab and just beat him up that way. When he wanted to get inside and throw some shots to the body, he would do that. But he stayed working off his jab on Mikey. He wouldn't let Mikey inside. Then you go to Danny Garcia. He made sure he was first, and then he would counter on top of Danny Garcia's counter punching to keep him off balance. So, I mean, and then you go fast forward to the Ugas fight. This is the one thing, and I had some people that were kind of doing this, like, oh man, Spence don't make adjustments, and they was up on the panel with me. So I just asked a simple question, right? If he doesn't make adjustments, if he doesn't have a ring IQ, if he can't box, name me another fight where his left uppercut was so prevalent.
You heard that too about they were saying his left uppercut and his switch to orthodox was going to be able to finish EJ. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
No, I mean, the thing is, bro, you have to name me one. And again, like, I go off data, bro. Like, I know y'all been rocking with the channel and y'all rock with me, and I appreciate the support. But I go off data. If you're gonna tell me that Bud Crawford is gonna switch to orthodox to stop Errol Spence, all right, cool, bro. I can rock with it. Now, name me the other fight that he did that at welterweight. Go look at all his welterweight fights. Everybody that he finished southpaw. So you can't just tell me shit like that, and I'm just gonna rock with it or just believe it and not push back on you. But they can never answer that question. If he doesn't make adjustments, then how come did nobody know he had a nasty ass left uppercut like that until he pulled that shit out with Ugas, and he pulled that shit out because Ugas kept dipping over his front foot on the inside. He noticed that shit, picked up on it, and he started throwing the left uppercut regularly, and he ended up breaking his damn eye off of it, bro. So I mean, both of these fighters make adjustments. I think that both of them can box, and both of them have things that they do great. My issue is never with Terence Crawford; it's just with his fans, bro. It's always with his fans. You know what I'm saying? So, looking forward to the fight. Hope we get to see it, man.
Well, I want to hear how you think it's gonna go. I know you like to wait till the week of the fight, but looking at both fighters' skills, because you're one of the best I've ever seen on this YouTube thing, that breaking down these fights and these fighters. What do you think? Just give us an overview of how you think it's gonna go. I've been waiting to hear knockout. So, I kind of already know how you know.
It's simple for me, right? It's some keys to the fight. I ain't got to pick it. I'm sure everybody pretty much would know where I'm leaning, but a couple of things are key, right? Number one, Bud Crawford switching to southpaw. How is that going to work? Because when he switches to southpaw, again, we go off data and we go off analytics. When he switches to southpaw against every fighter that he's fought at welterweight, they were all orthodox fighters. So that gives him advantages with angles. That gives him advantage with a great hybrid hook / jab that he has, to where he can throw it at the orthodox fighter from over their shoulder and they don't see the shit coming. That's how he clip your ass. Well, when you're in a closed stance with Errol Spence, y'all are both southpaw. So when you switch to the southpaw stance, all them angles and shit that you used to having advantages with and all that shit is gone, because both of y'all, because he can see your shit coming better because y'all in a closed stance, and that just mean they both their chests is facing each other. And for those of y'all that don't, you know what I'm saying, maybe in the chat that don't know that. Now, as far as the fight itself, the key is this, bro. If Bud catch him coming in, and when he catch him coming in, can he hurt him? Can he hit him with something to earn his respect? Because I already know for a fact Bud gonna be on his back foot. He gonna be on his back foot trying to get Errol to walk into something. Earl's gonna be the aggressor. Can he catch him coming in, and then can Errol Spence keep up his work rate? If Errol Spence finds his way inside, and he's able to keep up his work rate, bro, it's gonna be all the way wrong for Bud Crawford, because this man y'all can go do the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I've already done them. He throws anywhere from 35 to 50 punches per round at welterweight. He's a sharpshooter. He like to catch you. He like to catch you with shit that you don't see. Errol Spence, he can get up to 100 punches per round, but he throw anywhere from like 70 to 90 on a regular basis. So how is Bud gonna keep him from getting off on him, and how is he gonna win rounds? Like how can you win rounds if somebody's outworking you? So those are gonna be some keys to the fight for me. I don't think Bud's defense is good enough to keep Errol from getting inside and for him getting the fight to where he wants. That's why I've always favored Errol in that fight, specifically now that he's more motivated, now that he's more focused. And they probably should have caught Errol back in 2019 and 2020 when he was bullshitting, bro.
That's the same thing.
to be real with you, because it's gonna be difficult moving forward at welterweight specifically, because he's just so big and so strong, and dudes that are like, you know what I'm saying, like dudes ain't throwing as many punches as him on a consistent basis as hard as him. So Bud, people, his fans hate when I say this, he got a puncher's chance to me. If I'm just keeping it a buck,
I
like
the same thing.
you gotta hurt Earl. You know what I'm saying? If he don't hurt him, then shit, it's curtains. Like you're not gonna win rounds against that man, because your defense is not what that is. And I would challenge anyone to look at it this way, right? Because they tell me that Earl ain't gonna be able to get inside. He can't get the fight where he want to get the fight. I need everybody to understand this, bro. Shawn Porter is 5'7". Shawn Porter has a 67.5-inch reach. Shawn Porter doesn't have a jab, but he was able to get inside, and he was able to have success against Bud Crawford. Now, Bud Crawford was able to clinch him. He was able to grab him and get the ref to break it up to where they could get the fight back from a distance. And so he was able to kind of negate some of that. So I would ask everyone, if somebody that's 5'7" with no jab can get their way inside, why won't a fighter with better footwork and an outstanding jab be able to work their way inside? And the answer is, he gonna get inside. It's gonna be a dog fight. Bud got too much dog to where he's just not gonna fight back, and the fight gonna break out, bro. And I got the bigger, stronger guy, and it just kind of, it is what it is with that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's how I see it too, man. It's like, it's just like you said. It seemed pretty simple, but the Bud fans, they don't seem like they want to accept any of this. You know what I'm saying? They just hate EJ just for the sake of hating EJ, and it don't make too much sense. The man, you know what I'm saying, he went and grabbed 3 belts from 3 different champions, which is rare now. Same with Jamel, you know what I'm saying? They don't seem to regard Jamel, you know what I'm saying, in high standing, you know what I'm saying, even though he had a tough ass route from some tough ass champions. And it's just amazing the back push that, maybe it's Texas. Maybe they just don't like motherfuckers from Texas, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out, you know, where all the hate come from, you know what I'm saying? And why do they doubt this man's ability, especially after they just seen what he did to Eudenis Ugas? You know what I'm saying? Eudenis Ugas is a damn good fighter. And, you know, Earl went out there and broke his ass down, bro. I mean, did you see what he did to his face? Like you said, we never seen EJ fight in that fashion. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get on the inside and use that goddamn left hook and overhand rights. You know, he did some punches in that fight that I had never seen him throw before. You know what I'm saying? And he got this, he's got a toolbox for your ass, bro. And, you know, from what I heard from Anthony Yard, he said, you know, people don't really see all of EJ skills. He haven't even used them all yet. What you guys think about that?
I mean, I agree with that. I don't think we've seen the best of either of these fighters. I'm hoping that they bring the best out of each other.
You don't think we've seen the best out of Bud? You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, because look like he pretty much do the same thing. You know, so he's more of a flexible freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Just get it in, get them shots in where he can. And, you know, pretty much.
I want to see if he can rise to that level, Paul. Like, I can't say that I've seen the best out of him, because he ain't, like, I want to see what he do when he truly in there with, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's gonna make him either A, you gonna turn up and you gonna be the fighter that all your fans say you are, or you gonna fold and you gonna be and people gonna see that you really wasn't what you was built up to be. So that's why I'm a hold out. You know, I'm hoping that we get a fight of the year, you know what I'm saying, late stoppage type of fight where they going back and forth and make the best man win. But I ain't gonna just say I seen the best out of him, because for his sake and the sake of his fans, shit, I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. I hope that was he got against Shawn Porter, bro. I really hope it wasn't. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get to see it. And the crazy thing is about the point that you were making, like, y'all know that Eudenis Ugas to Bomac and to that team over there, he was a dog. He was a great fighter until he ended up fighting Errol Spence, and now all of a sudden Ugas ain't shit. So it's just funny, bro, when I hear these narratives and shit, like people going for undisputed being called ducks and shit. But you know, I don't get that shit. Like Usyk had to fight somebody last on his run to undisputed. So did Canelo. So did Josh Taylor. So did every fighter that's ever been undisputed. Rarely do they go get all the belts in one fight. You know what I'm saying? They had to go collect them. So for somebody to be called, you know, a duck and shit just because they got one fight for last, I don't know about y'all, but I like to see the 2 best fight for all the marbles. Me personally, like, I don't want to see the 2 best teams in football play in the divisional championship. I want to see that shit in the Super Bowl. So I don't want in this notion that the two best fighters fighting for undisputed with everything on the line, where you either gonna turn up or get exposed. I don't see how that was ever made to be a bad thing, bro. I don't get that shit.
And now that you hear they're talking about the Triple G and Canelo fight is bigger. They're trying to make that was goddamn Eddie Hearn saying that shit. Talking about the Triple G fight and Canelo is bigger than Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. So they're pushing that narrative, and we know it's not. But what I'm saying, who wants to see that Triple G fight with Canelo? He should be fighting Demetrius Bivol. He should be fighting that guy. He got to get that win back, in my opinion. A lot of people saying Canelo, it's done. What do you think, Knockout?
I mean, shit, Paul, like he ain't never done that though. You know what I'm saying? And I think Just Do heard me say, like, you look at Canelo, bro, tough ass fights. He don't go and get that get back. Like he obviously Floyd Mayweather beat his ass, then he fought Angulo next. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got his fight with Landy Lara. Tough ass fight. He didn't give Lara a rematch. He went and fought James Kirkland or some shit.
Right.
You know, and then he got done with Triple G. As soon as he got done with Triple G, who he fight? He fight fucking Rocky Fielding. And so now he just got his ass whipped by Dimitri Bivol. Canelo, he ain't finna go fight Bivol, bro. He'll never step in the ring with Bivol again. He fighting Triple G, who looked horrible against Murata, but he got the knockout like he always do. But he's 41 years old, bro, and he looked very soft to the body in his last fight. Canelo Alvarez is fighting Triple G. Then his very next fight is gonna be John Ryder. Just watch what I tell you.
Wow, you know what? I said he gonna choose John Ryder. Wow. What you think about that, Just Do? Same question.
The fighting. What was the question?
Oh, about Canelo and shit. So is he gonna fight Dimitri Bivol and shit?
Yeah, man.
Is he done?
Yeah, I said that loss was gonna do one or two things. That was either gonna light a fire under his ass, and he was gonna start giving us the fights we want, which seemed like a fucking stretch, or he was gonna feel like, he got the right to give us a bullshit fight after he went up there and chased a fight that nobody asked for. Now he lost. Now he gonna come back and probably give us another safe fight for him. It's like Knockout said, and I was joking about it at first, but then I started to be serious. I mentioned John Ryder, no bullshit. I think that's something that he really gonna do. Best believe he gonna fight somebody that he know he can beat. It ain't gonna be another, ain't gonna be no 50-50 fight.
Yeah, his next 2, maybe 3 fights is gonna be people to build him back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so how is the WBC? How are they gonna hold off David Benavidez? So I mean, I know it's possible. I know they can.
Yeah, but they already confirmed that, Pool. They already confirmed that they doing that shit. Mauricio Suleiman was on a Mexican an interview on like a Mexican TV station or YouTube station or something. He already said Canelo is the franchise champ, so he ain't got no mandatory at 168.
Oh, wow.
That shit's already been said, bro. That shit over with. That's why I've been saying, like, that's why I've been telling David Benavidez, look, if you want to run down on Canelo, your best bet is to fight David Morrell, and y'all have some sort of like secondary unification between the WBC interim and the WBA regular belt, and maybe try to run down the WBA, because they done already confirmed like your interim shit, that ain't shit, bro. You can't do nothing.
That shit is blank. That shit like a busted damn city bus ticket. Let me see. So God,
you got a super chat from the homie Mills Lane.
Oh, let me see. There you go. Mills Lane. Okay, thank you in that super chat, my brother. He says who's
Porter?
He talking about Porter.
I was fucked up there for a second. Porter said Porter gave Spence problems because he has footwork problems. Problem was he had to get inside the score in that Spence territory. He says Bud don't gotta go there. He said Bud don't.
Nah, he don't. He much longer than Porter. That's cool, but he only got a inch on inch and a half on Spence though, and he won't. Yeah. And the thing is, that shit that Porter was doing to Bud, bro, like that getting inside and then Bud could just grab him. When Spence getting inside on Bud, go ahead and try to grab him, see if that shit gonna work.
Yeah, I explained that in one of my videos. I showed it where he was breaking loose from Danny Garcia, and he does it in the Kell Brook fight. You know what I'm saying? When he was clinching him, You know, Kell Brook couldn't hold that kid, man. You know what I'm saying? That kid is just too strong, man. And Bud, you know what I'm saying, dealing with all that and backpedaling and having to box the whole fight, he's gonna get wore down and taking those body punches. He's probably gonna get up out of there, bro. I'm looking at about the 8th round stoppage, bro. And I just how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that super chat, Mills Lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. If he shit, I just want to find out how much dog he got. If he got all the dog that people think he got, it'd be about round 9, round 11. But if he just a front runner, it's gonna be somewhere between round 6 and round 8.
Yeah, I see it.
Cause you know how much dog he got in him, bro.
One thing about it, you know, because we never seen Terence Crawford take a lot of body punishment. You know what I'm saying? We never see how he take body shots, because nobody ever been able to. You know, he haven't fought anybody that good to be able to push him like that. I think EJ's got enough talent. He's got enough athletic ability. He's got enough skill. You know what I'm saying? He got that jab. Anybody who has a jab give Bud problems. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who have a really good jab give him problems. And now he's fighting somebody with an aggressive jab and somebody who's very aggressive. Somebody who's very good at controlling range. Somebody very good at controlling you with their jab, because he uses it in so many various different ways. Once he put that jab on you, he will push you. He will try to control you with that jab and shit. You know what I'm saying? He did it against Danny Garcia. I've seen him. And I was like, man, this motherfucker is good, bro. EJ, they don't realize how good EJ is.
He was frail. He looked horrible in that fight. He was frail. He didn't look strong. His technique and skills carried him through.
Yeah, his technique is just so good.
Physically, he didn't look anything like he looked in the fight against Jordanis Ugas, bro.
Yeah, he said he was hurt. He says he had aching pains. After that, he said he was still feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And Derek James, he confirmed that too. Ramon and Emily Jones says Bud has to hurt him early. He's not going to hurt EJ late. He's going to be in survival mode. And what's going on, Joan Turner? This is my staying on the square Bud fan here. He says Errol's footwork is not faster than Porter's.
It's not faster. It's better though. It ain't faster. Porter had like the most athletic, quickest feet in the welterweight division during his heyday, in my opinion. But his footwork is better. His pivots, his turns, his foot placement, being able to get his foot on the outside against orthodox fighters. He does things in his jab. Like his jab is astronomically better than Shawn Porter. So, you know, but he's not faster. I would agree with that. His feet aren't faster.
No, Joe, I'm trying to. I think I should try to, you know, kind of like there's a difference between, you know, Bud boxing fans and Bud fanatics. I guess I should say Bud fanatics because, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you hate EJ. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of logical Bud fans out there. You know what I'm saying? He said, stop saying we hate Errol just because we believe he won't beat Bud. Stop it. No, it's not you, Joan. It's the fanatics we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we got a lot of Bud fans with their head on straight. Roman and Emily Jones says, I really think it's going to look like the Peterson fight. That's going to be fucked up.
I've heard that.
I hope not. Shit, not if Bud, who they say, hell no, it shouldn't. No, I don't hear none of that. Hopefully, hell no. Bud, do better.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
All right, man. We're just going through it. Well, how your day going?
Man, it's going good. I actually just got off of an interview call.
So I hope you got it, bro. Hope you got it.
You know what, man? Nowadays, man, it's crazy, man. It's like I don't know how the economy is where everybody else is, man. But it's a lot of jobs hiring, but they ain't paying enough.
Right.
Yeah, man. But you know, hopefully it go good though. But I had came in late, but I had left out when you were talking about
About what? You there? Hello? So Smooth Groove Boxing, he says, Bud ain't gonna hurt. He said, Bud ain't gonna hurt Bud.
He meant EJ. He meant EJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that fucked me up, bro. You know, I read that shit now.
The homie out of Oak Cliff, man. Salute, Smooth Groove. What's poppin'?
Smooth Groove Boxing. And he says, okay, what's gonna happen is Bud gonna get that look that Danny gave walking back to his corner, but it's going to be worse than that. And Mike Rhythm says, he says Spence has better foot placement, and that's what he meant. Mm-hmm. He says, Joan Turner said, Bud does the same thing just like Errol. The Lizzie Way 7 says, another key is going to be when they go back to the corners and Bomac say, just do what you do, while Derek's telling EJ exactly what to do and not to do. And that's
a big fact and a highly underrated part of this fight, bro. And not enough people are talking about, bro. The corners.
You know what's funny?
Huge advantage for Errol Spence in the corner, bro. Like
Crawford mentioned that himself. I don't know if you caught that. That's why I talked about it a little bit.
He was like, he started talking about how good Derek James was with his fighters, undisputed. And Errol Spence, he was like, my two guys do good.
And he had that same confidence when he was speaking about his own corner. Yeah, my corner do what they gotta do too. Like, nah, bro, that's where you at a disadvantage, and I honestly believe that. And when his fighters are in camp, he pretty much in camp, and I think that's gonna serve them wonders. The chemistry is different. The teaching is different. That dude is an actual teacher and trainer. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it's advantage Spence to me, that when we talking about corners, just being real.
Yeah, Derek James, man, he definitely should be coach of the year. Is he coach of the year? Did they give it to him?
I mean, I don't think did he win it last year? Who they give it to? I know they gave it to Canelo last year for the undisputed shit. So he got to be in the early lead for 2022. I mean, he had one fighter that already unified 3 belts, then he got another fighter that just got undisputed. So I mean, shit, if Errol were to beat, if we get the fight we want, and Errol's to beat Terence Crawford, he'll have 2 fighters under his 3 fights will be Errol Spence getting 3 belts, then going to get undisputed, and then Jermell Charlo getting undisputed. And then Jermell is also about to his fight is already confirmed with Tim Tszyu. If he win that fight, like if you don't give it to him, then you just hating at that point. Shit, like
right.
Shit.
Yeah. And you know, they seem like Fundora is going to be the great white hope. You know what I'm saying, to beat Jermell Charlo. Seem like a lot of the boxing hacks out there, you know, putting all their hopes and beliefs into Fundora. And they're trying to put the perception out there like Jermell is afraid of these guys, like he's afraid of Tim Tszyu, like he's afraid of Fundora. I said, have you seen the dudes this guy fought? That is the goddamn ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That dude will fight anybody. If anybody will fight anybody, it'll be Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? And
he didn't prove that.
Right. And it's just kind of crazy how they kind of try to put these weird narratives out there, you know what I'm saying? And the writing is getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, have you noticed that as you've been reading these boxing articles, how they try to slant it?
Yeah, they are like I read them for the information, but in terms of like the opinions that they have, it'd be some bullshit ass opinions, bro. Like I literally read an article one time talking about how Ryan Garcia is gonna dominate Tank Davis, bro, and I just like clearly the writer had no idea what they were watching in the ring, and they were basing it off of their last 2 performances too. I was like, y'all, I don't know what the hell you was watching, but good luck with that shit. But yeah, you notice it, bro. It's just like these people, they didn't want to do boxing first. You know, they don't really love the sport. Yeah, they really flunkies from like baseball or basketball or football, and they couldn't cover the sport because that's pretty much already got a hierarchy, and that's the sports that everybody want to cover. So they just fell back on boxing. They don't really love boxing like that. Like for instance, Chris Mannix. Like I'm old enough to remember him trying to be on the talk shows talking about the guy talking basketball and shit. But he didn't know what the hell he was talking about in basketball, so he just fell back on boxing. He don't really like boxing like that, bro.
Right.
So,
what up, Steve-O? What's happening, my brother? What's going on? This is my Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying, fan standing on the square. What's going on, Steve? Steve, you there?
Hey, what's good, man? Back at it again. What's happening with you?
What's happening? You hear us talking shit about your boy.
Oh, your man, I knew it, man. Y'all look back sitting on shit went on. I say, hey, man, somebody lying. What's good with you, bro?
Oh, nothing much, bro. Hey, able to kick it today. You know, say usually I'm at night, You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me knock this L one out during the day, you know, since I can get some sleep.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So what you got? What you think? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about you know what I'm saying, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., you know, so it seemed like there's a lot of doubt on his boxing ability. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen a lot of that with the legends and everybody, you know?
Man. They trying to sell the fight. It's a great fight, man. Everybody know this gonna be a great fight.
Mm-hmm. You know, what's up, Charles? You back up in the building?
Yeah, man. I had that Bud Crawford fan Wi-Fi at first. I had to get it together.
What you mean, bro? They Wi-Fi good. They be streaming the shit out of them fights,
man.
Bro. They Wi-Fi
good. You got the best of the best, man.
They know all. They got all the Wi-Fi. They know all the streaming sites, all that shit. Cause you know
they got pound for pound the best Wi-Fi.
Right. Hey,
they don't buy fights and they don't pay bets.
Hey, but check this out. I think everybody forgot what Derrick James says. He says when he trained his fighters, he make it look like an illusion. So from the outside, people may think Spence is just going straight ahead, man. But from the people that fought him, they said that he be hitting corners, he be hitting in angles. So I think that what's gonna make Bud really like get beat up in there is because of Bomac. Because Bomac, I don't think he really respects Spence as a fighter, because you can tell in his interviews, man, he always downplaying him. He said, "Oh, you know, Spence is a basic fighter." I think he gonna train Bud to the point to where Bud not gonna really be on, ain't gonna be ready for Spence. And then when he get in there and find out it's gonna be something different, it's gonna be too late, because you know how Spence is. Every round he get better.
You know, but I believe that both of the trainers are trying to get some nice billboard material for their fighter to get in there and go that extra mile on. You know what I'm saying? You know how Coach Calvin be doing Tank? Oh, he said you were the one. Coach Calvin be ribbing Tank up, man. Tank be like a pit bull in that motherfucker. But you know, that's what the trainer supposed to do, man. He supposed to let his boys say piss, thunder, shit, lightning. You got to get his man ready, because it's about to go down.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me see. Let's read.
I mean, I feel that, bro. I ain't even got nothing. I ain't got nothing wrong with that. I would just say, for me, in my opinion, bro, if you ain't fighting, you should be respectful as hell, bro. Cause you know the person that you talking shit about, you can't whoop them. And I never been a fan of like trainers and shit. Like that's why I don't like Teofimo Lopez daddy and shit. Like you popping all this shit that your son got to go bag up and shit. So if you Bomac, you popping all this shit. You talking all this shit, bro. But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford got to step through them ropes, not you.
Yeah.
And so that's why I be like, yo, Bomac, like I feel like talk. How about this? Bomac should talk shit about Derrick James. Derrick James should talk shit about Bomac. You know what I'm saying? The team members, y'all talk shit about each other, and let the fighters talk shit to each other, bro. Because they gonna get in the ring. So when Bomac running around his whole talking shit about Earl, it's like, all right, cool. Like he literally be saying fighting words about Earl, bro. Like shit that really will make somebody want to fight you, knowing that he would have no intention of really fighting that man like that, bro. So I'm cool with him talking shit, because you know Earl the type that he remember all that shit and it motivate him for some reason. So keep doing it. Like, I ain't got no issue with it. I would just say, you know, for most people, it's kind of been the end of their fighter. Like we saw with Ishmael Salas, you know, he ain't the same fighter. We gonna do this, we gonna do that. All right, cool. Keep talking, bro.
All right, I got a what they call it. Not saying you're not saying the right shit though. That definitely, you know, that is a way to look at it. But did you ever hear Roger Mayweather not disrespect somebody that his nephew finna fight? And do you feel the same way about?
He did the shit. He did the shit. That don't mean it was right. He just happened to have Floyd Mayweather. So shit, you know what I'm saying? But people wanted to fight Roger and shit. You know what I'm saying? People didn't like Roger. When you put
Sweepy definitely didn't like his ass.
When you put his ass.
I'm never for coaches, trainers in any sport, bro. Like I don't ever think they should put extra pressure on the people that they coaching. Like you don't ever want to, because what if they don't? Then guess what people gonna be asking your ass? Well, you said your fighter was gonna do this. You said your fight, and you save yourself all of that shit if you just don't do
check this out. I got a theory though. It's just my opinion though. Say like the fight is not signed. I got a feeling the reason why Bud is so stuck on Charlo is because this is why he saw how Tony Harrison did Charlo in that first fight, how he boxed him, and Bud feels like if he can box him on the outside, that he can win just like Tony. That's why he's aiming at Charlo like that, because of off of what Tony Harrison did. Because Tony Harrison is a boxer, and Bud feels like if he can just stay on the outside with Charlo and box him, he can get him. That's
why. You should have also seen that damn second fight where he knocked all the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna watch one fight, you better watch. What? Go ahead.
Tony Harrison was acting like the crazy kid in school though. He all looking in the crowd and shit, doing all that. I was like, if you'd have concentrated, you might have won. But he kept playing to the crowd. You kind of saw them stars get in his eyes, and he started doing stuff that you can't do to make mistakes.
To be real, Tony Harrison was outboxing, and it's Texas all day over here, but Tony Harrison was outboxing Charlo in that second fight too, until he got caught. He was doing very good in that fight, but for Bud, bro, like I hear what y'all saying, bro.
I agree.
I hear what y'all saying about Bud and Charlo and shit, but like that's where like we gotta kind of really like study the sport and know what's going on, bro. Number one, that fight is unrealistic. Okay, and the reason it's unrealistic is because at the end of the day, bro, like if Bud don't fight Earl, bro, he not get like I hate to break it to his fans because his fans act like he got all these options and he can do this and he can do that, bro. If he does not fight Earl, he's not getting a PBC fight, bro. He's not. He's not gonna refuse to fight Earl or not sign. Whether he say they lowball him or they try to do this. If he doesn't sign to fight Earl, bro, the PBC is not going to give him a Charlo fight or a Tim Tszyu fight if Tim Tszyu win or anything like, bro. He's not fighting any PBC fighter unless he fights Earl first, bro. They did not have Earl go to get the IBF belt from Kell Brook, then finally get him to unify with Shawn Porter, him to get Danny Garcia out the way in his mandatory, they made a whole goddamn WBA tournament disappear, bro. They made that shit go away because Ugas was supposed to fight in a tournament, bro. They made that shit go away so that Earl could fight for that third belt. They did not get him all the way to the third belt to go for undisputed, and then for Bud to pull out of some shit or for the fight to fall through for whatever reason, only to give Bud another PBC fighter. That's point one from the promotional side. And if you look at it from just the sanctioning body, oh well, Bud, he can go through the sanctioning body. Well, no, because Tim Tszyu is his mandatory, and he's already agreed to fight Tim Tszyu. So that means that a mandatory for the WBO at 154 pounds, it'll be a whole year before that shit gets called, bro. So shit won't be due. That shit won't be due all the way until the end of 2023, bro.
I got one question.
He ain't got no options, bro. It's either Errol Spence or I'm telling y'all gonna be getting a fucking Josh Taylor announcement or some shit like that, some Jose Zepeda or some bullshit that y'all don't want. I'm telling you right now, bro. Watch.
I got a question for you, for all the guys on the panel. Who knows how much Caleb Plant got paid?
I do.
Then he get $12 million, right?
He got $12 million to fight who?
Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo.
All right, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You think that man like, fuck that, I can get 15.
But you know what though? Bud got to be realistic, man. Spence got to pay for 3 belts, 3 sanction fees. No.
What did we just say though? What did we just say?
Sanction fees.
Caleb Plant for 1 belt got $12 million. Have you seen that motherfucker since?
Nah,
he got the new
he been on Twitter,
and I kind of agree with you though. I kind of agree with you though. I feel like I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you on that point. Look, bro, if you the PBC,
if you had them by the balls, if Poole kind of had them by the balls, man, get them motherfuckers for every drop you can get them. That go for Bud. That go for Errol. They ain't Caleb Plant $10 million, man.
But do they have them? But does he have them by the balls though?
He got that belt.
If
you got the strap. That's all he needs.
He got the last piece to the pie. What y'all fail to realize is this: Earl said that he's not going nowhere. He wants to be the first welterweight undisputed in history, and Bud knows that. Plus, Bud's sitting there sporting an undefeated record, and they claim that Bud is the best pound for pound. So, if Earl wants the title of the best pound for pound, and he wants that undisputed, then all roads lead to Bud Crawford. Yeah. So
didn't Bud Crawford say that he want to be undisputed as well?
He got him by the cojones.
But didn't Bud Crawford say so? We advocating for some nanny boo boo shit? That's what we doing?
I'm navigating. Get your money.
Didn't
Bud Crawford say that he want to be undisputed as well?
No, you can't sit there and
Get
tell
y'all
a man
money.
to take less money when he's sitting there putting his life on the line.
Everybody ain't Devin
Right,
Haney.
they're fighting for your life because
Take less money. So would y'all be cool with just a hypothetical? Would y'all be cool with if it comes out right? If it comes out that Bud Crawford was offered $10 million plus some back end, would y'all be cool with him not taking the fight?
I know Usyk wish he'd got more money.
I mean,
he
we're
got
not telling Steven Espinosa and all them not to take more money. I feel like he should get his money.
No, I'm just saying if it's if they say, look, this our final
offer.
If they say this our final offer, we got $10 million for you right now to fight Errol Spence Jr. plus some pay-per-view shit going your way as well. Y'all be cool with him not taking that fight?
That's a duck if you do that.
Take it though.
If they offer him that, he don't take it. That's a duck.
Yeah, that's a duck then. But I'm just saying, you never know what the final offer is until you push the envelope. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just like if a person's going to trial. If you about to go to trial, you know they come to you with that first plea bargain. You don't never take that first plea bargain, and they come with another plea bargain. That shit'll look a lot better than that first one. But sometimes they come with that third plea bargain, but you also run the risk of them saying, fuck it, let's take that shit to trial. Or they might really don't want to do it and give you that third plea bargain that's real sweet that you can't pass up. Maybe they might come with something like maybe 15 and be like, look, this is it. And if he turns that down, then that's a duck. Yeah.
I got so much more respect for Bud than to think that he's on some like cat. Because to me, like if that's what you want, like I'm gonna try to get as much money as I possibly can because I got this last piece of the puzzle that he want. That just seemed like you cashing out, bro. And I believe that bro really. I believe that bro
That's what we've been saying. He cashed out.
He cashing out.
But if you know you're gonna beat, if you know you're gonna, so here's where I'm coming from, y'all. If I know I'm gonna beat your ass, if I know that I'm about to just mess you all the way up, bro, why would I need to like, all right, shit?
But no, he's not gonna win. What do you mean? That man's sitting there. He knows his limitations. But he can't sit there and say that he's not going to win. That man knows that this is a fucking retirement fight right here.
See, I don't think he believes that, bro. I think he believes in himself, bro.
He believes it. That's why
I ain't gonna put that jacket on him, bro.
I ain't seen a motherfucker do that yet.
He ain't running 20 miles.
I ain't seen nobody do that yet.
He's not doing 20 miles in the mountains for nothing, damn it.
Man,
he ain't doing 20 miles.
But in that same regard, Spence ain't running around this whole and listen, I'm from Dallas, Texas, bro. Spence ain't running around this whole training the way he training either just because he thinks shit's sweet. Like I refuse to believe Bud don't think he can win that fight, bro.
Bud don't know. Bud know he can't win that fight. Look, Bud already said he's not fighting in his 30s any damn way. Bud got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He just went through his Hall of Fame ceremony.
Damn.
Bud know that his career is like he said. I don't need Spence. He said my damn career is already my career is already established. But he would love to get that Spence accolade. But if he don't, then he gonna get the cash out because like he said, he a puppet master. And all these other people's a puppet.
Damn. See, I don't think he'd be cool with it, bro. I think he way more competitive than that. I think he actually like want to beat Spence ass, bro.
Yeah, he wants to.
You think he done already? He
gonna lose? Wants to beat a damn spider. Wants to beat a spider, and he believes he can beat a spider, but that don't stop the spider from killing him.
I can't believe you got me up here taking up for Bud Crawford, bro.
Hey, y'all. Bud brought $8
fantasies,
man.
He done brought $8 trees in Omaha. That motherfucker retired.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Shit. Just because you want something don't mean you can make it happen.
Hey, y'all, Lindsay Wade 7 got a good point on this comment. He said another key is it depends on when they go back to the corners as far as like what Bo-Mac gonna tell Bud and what Derek gonna tell EJ. That's gonna be a factor.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, Bo-Mac ain't on Derek James' level as a trainer, bro. It's not even close, man.
Yeah,
you're only good as a team.
Goddamn burgers.
You're only good as your team.
Crawford be teaching Bo-Mac.
Bo-Mac be like, come on, man, come on, you getting beat up out there. Come on,
you behind on the scorecard. That's what you're telling him. You got
that Eddie Reynoso. He got that Eddie Reynoso coaching and say, "Go out there and throw more punches."
Hey, I've been asking this question. Maybe the homie is Steve, right? That's your name, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
No,
all right, maybe you can answer. Cause see, I've been going around, right? Cause Bud Crawford fans, they'll tell me, they'll be like, knockout, bro. You don't know what the hell you talking about.
Bud Crawford got the highest ring IQ in boxing. I even seen somebody in the chat. I think it was John Turner. Shout out to John. They compared Bud Crawford's ring IQ and his adjustments. They compared this shit to Floyd Mayweather and shit. So I'm just wondering, bro. Like he make all these great adjustments, right? And he got all this high ring IQ, bro. How come he don't never start a fight in southpaw?
Because I'm gonna tell you why that is. Because he be trying to collect data, and then when he collecting data, he trying to get an opponent. I feel
that, but
listen,
don't you collect data? Don't you collect data about like yo? When I was fighting Orthodox against Kell Brook, that jab was fucking me up. When I was fighting Orthodox against Orthodox against fucking against Jose Benavidez, like all these guys that Welterweight, I was fighting Orthodox. I always got to switch. So why don't I just start southpaw? But yeah, bro, like explain that to me, bro. My bad. I was talking to Steve, but
he was talking to
somebody.
I got you though, bro.
Please, bro. Please help me out.
We know what you gonna say. You gonna say because his damn left hand don't work.
Okay, see, he coming with that damn stance, right? For one, is he collects his data a lot better. See where he do certain type of shots, what the opponent gonna go for. And so he's trying to catch the timing and he's trying to catch the rhythm of his opponent. Now, when he switched to southpaw, he already got all that data analyzed. He done got the distance, he got the timing and everything. But with him switching to southpaw, that right there is an untrained boxer that he's going against. That right there gonna frustrate the opponent and gonna throw him off a little bit. Because they're gonna be like, okay, I've been sitting here doing these rounds going this way. Now they gotta account for that right being the lead. See, they was account for that right being the back end with the left being the lead. So now he got his quicker hand and his stronger hand in the lead. So the things they was doing when he was in the conventional stance, if they continue to do that, you know, he got that lead right now. And that lead right gonna find home a lot quicker because he doesn't download the data. They preparing for that right being behind them. That's why they can hit with a shot that they don't see because he switched it up. And you know, it takes some fighters a couple minutes to adjust to the fact that he's adjusting his stance.
What if he do throw that?
Like when a man adjusts his stance, it takes you a few minutes to damn adjust to that.
What if he do throw that, but Spence eat it though?
I got you, but let me push back. Let me push back a little bit while I still. So basically, what I'm hearing is he does it so he can see shit and make adjustments. That was the first point that you made. So I mean, do his eyes not work? Does his eyes not work from southpaw? Will be my question and my point that I will bring back. And then the other thing is, if you see the shit and you already in your better stance, wouldn't that mean you be able to react right there instead of having to wait to switch to another stance to react? Like let's say he already starts southpaw, right? And he like, oh shit, you just threw this hook, but you left yourself wide open for this uppercut from the southpaw position. But if he already there, he can throw that shit. If he start orthodox though, he can't throw that shit.
That's why Derek James said that's some stupid shit. Because if you got
and that's where I'm coming from. I agree with him, bro.
But this is what I'm saying. When you got a trained fighter, that's some stupid shit. But most of the fighters that he fight, that switch, it freezes them for a minute. That's what I'm saying. It's an extra little trick that he does because when he switches, you know, it frustrates a not gifted fighter like that. If you watch all the fights, whenever he switched, it befuddles his opponent. Like when he switched on Kell Brook, you know, Kell Brook
got knocked out.
Like if he was a smarter fighter, he would have realized to keep coming through that shit, but it fucked him up, and that's why he didn't see that right coming over. The same as with Khan. You know, it befuddles fighters with lower IQs. That's what I'm saying. Like a fighter with not a high IQ, it will befuddle them. It's a way of weeding out elite fighters and non-elite fighters, and it gives them like a little advantage.
I get all that. I mean, for me, bro, the reason why I bring this up and why I don't like it, bro, because you basically in a sport where you can diet and you're openly just testing the waters. Like, yo, I know this ain't my best stance. I know that I'm much better as a southpaw. I stopped everybody at welterweight from southpaw. This is where all my power is. This is where my best punches are. I know that this is my best stance, but I'm gonna take the risk of getting caught with jabs, getting caught with right hands. I'm gonna take the risk of fighting from orthodox so that I can collect some data. Like if you that cold, couldn't you just collect data from your better stance?
Yeah, but then you don't get that couple of seconds of befuddlement of, you know, confusing your opponent when you switch. Like
So then, you know what? Your point is gonna be valid. If we get the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight, your point is gonna be valid because he know he's dealing with a more trained fighter, and he know that Errol Spence ain't gonna fall for that shit. Your point is gonna be valid if he come out in southpaw. But if he come out with that dumbass orthodox shit,
he better not switch a damn thing versus Earl because
I don't think he's gonna be able to switch.
Get his foot on the gas.
Hey, let me get some of these comments in for Paul. John Turner said, correct answer, panelists. Well done. John Weller says, it's a Spence doesn't have enough in his arsenal to beat Crawford. It's a 50-50 fight on paper.
Man.
Hey, man. Warren ain't playing. Warren Weller. John Turner said, why does Errol throw the same 1-2 every fight? Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Damn.
John with the uppercut. John with the uppercut.
Damn. All right. Well, I mean, his best combination is
the fight should be easy then for Bud, right?
Yeah, the fight should be easy because I don't know. Maybe I was watching another fight when he was throwing hook combinations down to Ugas's body. Maybe I was tripping when I thought I saw uppercuts that he didn't throw and shit. Like I don't know, bro.
Yeah, he started tagging him with the uppercut later in the fight.
I don't know,
painful, man.
I ain't gonna disrespect Bud like that either. Both of these fighters throw every single punch.
Both of these fighters were not the average, half as good elite boxer the fuck out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? This is on the real, man. That man, both of these fucking people's careers up. Shawn Porter, like, you know what? Hey, man, that man made Amir Khan quit in the middle of the ring. The whole world saw him quit. I don't know how Amir Khan got a paycheck after that.
For you, right? So Floyd is arguably the best fighter defensively, one of the best defensive fighters that ever laced it up. Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, okay, I got a super chat. Hold on, y'all. Let me read Gene super. Oh, he ain't say nothing. Thanks, Gene Gomez, for the super chat, man. I appreciate it.
Okay.
It didn't pop up, man. My super chats ain't popped up.
It was a super sticker, not a super chat.
Oh, okay. All right, man. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Shit, I take food stamps too.
Hell yeah.
Who the best? Who one of the best defensive fighters?
Floyd Mayweather was arguably
money.
one of the best defensive fighters.
Yeah,
Floyd
money
and pretty boy.
Okay.
Money.
A younger Earl was able to go toe to toe, pound for pound, with Floyd Mayweather bust his shit up and get kicked out the gym.
How old was Floyd though?
Floyd, it was a younger Floyd.
Nah, younger. What was the number though?
It was a number.
30,
it was a
35.
It was a younger Floyd. And I think Spence only had 2 fights.
It was a Floyd that would have whooped Canelo ass.
The Floyd with Canelo ass when he was 14, man.
The majority.
Hey, y'all, let me get the super chat. Let me get the super chat, y'all. Let me get the super chat. Don Jenkins, the gotcha gamer. He says, thank you for that $1.99, my brother. He says, Bomac thinks Spence don't move his head. Huh. What do you think about that?
You know what? I agree, but I want y'all to go on YouTube. Ugas trainer admitted, man, he had an interview. He was saying Spence was hard to hit. He said the only time they had a clean hit on Spence was in the 6th round when they caught him off guard. But he said
exactly. I got a video for it. If y'all go to my page, I got a video for it showing that Earl is the most sublime, defensively fit fighter out there. Because what people don't realize, take away the Shawn Porter fight, Earl is the least hit welterweight out there. His punch to hit ratio is +7. That's what people gotta realize. Earl doesn't get hit like that. But the only reason he got hit like that in the Shawn Porter fight is because he chose to fight the fight that Shawn Porter fights. Now, if he takes
Shawn Porter forced him to fight that fight. Let's get it real now. Shawn Porter forced him to have that kind of fight.
No, Earl already said that he was going to come in there and fight that man's fight. Shawn Porter ain't forced a bitch-ass thing, dog.
Man, you done lost your damn mind, man. That's his toughest fight today. That's his toughest fight today.
Hey, bro, look.
Man, Porter almost whooped him in his own lunch room, man.
Hey, look, bro, you gotta go back. You gotta go back and watch these fights. You gotta go back and watch these fights with the mute, with the volume on mute, and you gotta watch it with a clear mind.
I watch it off the rip off mute. I ain't gotta go back because that was his toughest fight till then.
Person differently.
Let's not take that shit away from Shawn Porter for giving him the toughest test.
From Shawn Porter, but if you watch boxing and you understand what's going on, Earl sat there and said he gonna fight each style the way they said that they couldn't. They told him he couldn't box Mikey Garcia. He outboxed that motherfucker from pillar to post. They said he ain't got the dog to go in there and fight on the inside with Shawn Porter. He fought that fight on the inside. They say he can't fuck with a counter puncher like Danny Garcia. He even took a clean shot after the bell rung. They keep saying what
Captain
Earl
America's
can't do.
ass.
And matter of fact, you got to say what can Earl not do? Because he does everything well. He does everything well.
That's great and all that there.
Boy's
But
eyeball.
Shawn Porter is his toughest fight to date.
Man,
That's
Shawn
because
Shawn Porter
yeah,
made
you're
him
right.
dig
You're right.
deep. No way that he hadn't had to dig
fought
deep
Shawn Porter's fight.
before.
I even asked Shawn Porter myself. Go look back at one of the podcasts. I told Shawn Porter, go look at it. I told him, I said, if Earl would have fought his fight against you and stayed back and fought you the correct way, do you think it would have been so close? And he said, well, I don't know. I said, if Earl would have had strength and conditioning instead of just a fat count.
The reason why Porter was his best fight is because of Spence.
You think you would have lasted?
The fight before, Porter tried that box stick and move shit with Ugas and lost.
He fought a 50% Earl Spence. That's what
I don't care. You step your ass in that ring, you got to bring it.
You talking about the same Shawn Porter that Ugas went in there and kicked his ass,
yes,
right?
because if you remember, Porter came in that fight and he didn't fight Porter style. He came in there one, two, trying to box his ass and got his ass shot. That's why everybody was saying Porter beat Ugas. Ugas beat Porter.
Derek James looked at him and he told Daryl James.
There is no tomorrow.
James, he say it's a fight about to break out. He didn't listen to Derek James that fight. They went out there as bro. They was going mano a mano. He threw that shit out the window. He wasn't trying to keep him back with the jab. He wasn't trying to do none of that shit. He was going in there to break that man. They went in there and fought to see who would fall first.
And there was a lot of punches that Porter slipped and missed too in that fight. It's a lot of punches.
Fight. So let's not go here and say that, oh, this man's mastery and all that other shit made a man fight like he fight already.
That man fought the way he said
fight like he's swimming. So why would he come in here with me and not fight like he's drowning?
The man said he was going to beat him his style, and he did it. Point blank, period, dog. That man fights a different style.
He knocked him out, right?
Each time they say he can't fight it, that's what he did.
Before that knockdown, what did you score the fight?
He said, I will beat him at his own game.
Before that knockdown, what did you score that fight?
Sat there and said it himself. He said Earl came in there. He said the difference between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Terence Crawford is going to fight his way, and you're going to have to adjust to it. He said Errol Spence is going to fight your way and do it better. Shawn Porter said it his damn self, so he know what it is.
So I got a question.
The knockdown, what did you score the fight? Was it close?
Yeah, it was close. But it didn't matter if it was close. Earl was still up.
You sure?
I'm gonna be dead honest. I didn't have it that close.
No way.
Okay,
because his ass was having trouble. He was having trouble, and he adjusted, and he did what champs do, and he dug deep.
Shawn Porter, was it close?
I'm gonna be real. I did not have it close.
Got knocked out with Terence
What did you have it, my boy?
Was Benavidez up or was Terence Crawford up? Come on now. If
we could jump to a whole nother fight. What fight you talking?
Would that fight would have been different? If Gamboa was the same weight as Terence Crawford, we see that talking about what ifs. We talking about if ifs was fifths. If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
Damn.
But before that knockdown, what did you score?
What happened here? What happened?
He went super saiyan on that.
We got a great debate going by the brothers. They talking about one of them believes that Errol Spence fought that fight against Shawn Porter the way he fought it because he wanted to, and the other one believes that Shawn Porter forced him to fight that way, and that's what they're going back and forth about. It's highly entertaining.
You got to go back and watch that fight. You got to go back and watch that fight. Porter missed a lot in that fight. You got to go back and watch that. He was getting tagged. Man, Porter's getting tagged all night.
Just remember this. When Porter fought the last Spence before that accident.
Porter fought a Spence that was out drinking and partying with Yellow Beezy.
I don't give a fuck.
No, but you see that he fought the last Spence. He fought a 50% Spence. He fought
You've
a
been
Spence
saying that for
without
the
strength
last
and
two
conditioning.
fights. Why is he
He fought
50%?
an
This is
uninspired Spence and
pre-accident.
still
This
got
is
beat.
pre-retinal. Why
Bro,
is he
look, Spence
50%?
said that said 50% of these niggas, I beat them with
Because you
50%.
ain't dedicated, don't mean I get to give you an excuse
Okay,
for
but then
motherfucker
this
bringing
man
your ass
goes
to
and
the
beats
making
him.
you dig
This
deep.
man goes and beat him on his style, and he ain't even damn dedicated. So that should tell you something.
This to
Now,
tell
if
you
he got
something.
a
The
full
Spence
body,
that fought
then he
Ugas
got body, bro.
with a KO
Bro, we
Porter.
sitting here
It's
arguing
like we talking
semantics.
about different Spider-Mans.
Bro, we
Nobody
sitting
gives a
here
fuck.
arguing damn
You get in
semantics,
that
dog.
ring and you
What
gotta
I'm
bring
sitting
your
here
ass to
telling you
get
is
at
he
it.
fought
Now,
Shawn
whether you
Porter
go
fight because
home
he
and go to
chose
sleep
to.
like you're supposed to, that ain't
He
got shit to
chose
do
to
with the
fight the
price of
fight the
TV
way
in
he fought
China.
it, bro.
You know what
Shawn
I'm
didn't make
saying?
that man
We
do a damn
constantly
thing,
give
dog.
Spence a
How he
pass
make him
for
do? No,
not
you
living the
constantly take
boxer's
away from
lifestyle.
Spence. That's the
When it
problem.
came back and
Y'all
bit him in the
constantly trying
ass,
to
now
downgrade
we
his
want to make
accomplishments.
excuses.
Why don't y'all give that man his damn roses, dog? Why do
We
y'all
are
hate that
giving him
man
his
so damn
roses,
much, bro?
but you
Like, are
can't give
y'all
him the
intimidated because a black
whole
man
damn
winning?
store. You can't
Are
give him the
y'all
whole pipe
intimidated because a
nursery.
black man trying to
Right,
shine?
give EJ the
See, if
scope,
we sit
goddamn
there
it.
and take
I
that
can't give him the
take
stove.
the damn example
When
that
this
he
man
give us,
flipped off
then
the
we'll
lid
do a
because I
lot
said
better. If
Sean
niggas
Porter
stop
brought
hating
it to
so
his
goddamn
ass.
much, they will
Hey, you know
prosper
what?
more
I
quicker,
Every bitch
don't.
know
dog.
Sean Porter
You
brought
know
it to
what?
his
If
ass.
niggas stop hating as
I
much,
bet
bro,
you
they'll
Errol ain't
prosper
gonna
a
fight
lot
him in the
more.
alley real quick.
See, when you
I
sit
don't
there
think people
counteracting
realize
that
how
shit,
bad Spence's
that's why
car
you see how
accident
you see in
was,
the
man.
world,
I
bro.
don't think people realize how bad that car accident was, man. He got ejected off the whip, man, and landed on
Yo, he the real
concrete.
Iron Man. Real talk. He the
That
real
man
Iron
hit that
Man.
shit. That man
I
is
know.
unbreakable.
Listen, like real talk. I know two
That
people
man
that's
is
been in
blessed, boy.
situations like that, and they are not here right now.
Man, my cousin out
Facts.
here, man. He blessed, my boy. He blessed.
Bass is a
That's why
damn
I don't talk
unbreakable,
about that
dog.
man
That
like
man
that.
hit the concrete over 100 miles an hour, man, and only broke his mouth.
See, Jonah Turner, Speed, one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying? He a Bud fan, you see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, I'm talking about them fanatical Bud fans, bro. So, yeah, I'm sorry, that you caught up in that Bud fan stuff. But yeah,
Who
me
that?
and Steve been cool for many, over 10
Oh
years.
yeah, man. That's my fault, man. I love a good debate, man. I ain't saying you saying nothing wrong. I love that shit, man.
I ain't saying you saying
I
nothing right
love
though,
that
but
shit.
it's all good though, bro. You know, I ain't
But
saying nothing wrong. You ain't saying nothing right, but it's all
I
good. You know, the
long
debate is
long
cool.
as being Israel ain't in this motherfucker, you'll be all right.
Oh yeah, Ben Israel getting here. It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You gonna be like I
I was
saw.
like 4 different people names that night. I was
being attack people that's for them too. That agree with them.
I'm gonna keep it real though. I ain't gonna lie, but y'all be talking about Errol Spence like that. They dropped their Black Panther poster, boy. That shit be funny as hell. Hey, I saw
No,
what
I'm
Captain
just
America's
saying.
ass with
I
just a
give him
one.
his accolades, bro, because
Hey man, that's the Black Captain America, nigga.
Hey man, that shit be funny though, man. I like Errol though. I like Errol. Shit, I like both of them
I'm just
dudes,
saying like
man.
this. I like Crawford as well. This is what I'm trying to say. We can big up both of them instead of trying to tear the next one down. But
Nah,
everybody trying to tear down Errol's accomplishments. I want Terence Crawford to get all his accomplishments, all his accolades. So when Errol beat him, those go and show like, yeah, he beat somebody that was worth it.
They gonna say he was old. Trust me. Watch.
I know they're gonna try to say that shit. They're gonna be like, well, he ain't fought in a year.
hey
I already
man,
see it coming.
hey man, they pulled that out so fast for Pacquiao. I'm like, man, hey, you get your ass in that ring. I don't want to hear that you old shit.
He just beat Keith Thurman ass, dog. So what the fuck?
Man, Keith Thurman looked like stir-fried shit to fight before to a journeyman, man.
That's
Like for
because he
real,
stayed
man.
up
That
all
man,
night in the
man, come on,
casino.
man. Man,
He
he
was
was
up
playing
all
that
night in the
flute for
casino.
3
Adrian
years.
Broner had to make him go
I
to
mean,
bed.
I don't know where the hell Keith Thurman go from here, man. He
Man, he
looked
cut that
terrible. He looked
ponytail,
terrible.
man. It was over.
I mean, he beat Mario Barrios, but he was supposed to beat him. So I don't understand. I mean, I don't know where you go from here, bro.
He
I mean,
didn't
they're
even
talking
drop
about
that nigga though, bro.
Hey, I'm
Tank
gonna
dropped that
tell
nigga
you.
3 times. He couldn't even drop him once.
Look,
And
I'm gonna
that
tell you
nigga had
exactly
to
what
run
Keith.
out
Keith Thurman got 3 fights in 5 years, bro. And he ain't
Thurman is stuck right now.
he ain't fought a welterweight in 3 years because Barrios was coming up from 140.
Keith Thurman is stuck because he has no choice but to fight Boots now. He has no choice but to fight Boots now.
Man, I would hate to see Keith fight Boots because I feel like Boots hit him with something significant. Keith gonna go and lay down and take that paycheck.
I want to see the fight because if he really about what he
he's talking and he really want to get back to the top and he really want to show that he can still be the man, that's the perfect way to skip the line. It's the perfect way to skip the line.
Paycheck? What if he just want a paycheck and want to do
then
like
shit,
Cassidy Clayton did?
Get the hell up out of here. Let Jerome Boots have that scalp.
Let him have that shit.
Cassio Clayton. Everybody thought that Cassio Clayton was gonna be good, and I was like, "Shit, Sunday they beat that man," but they gave him the damn draw.
Shit, who was you talking to that thought he was gonna get from?
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Just about to sign up. I was like, hell no.
I already knew he was getting knocked out.
And you got some comments too, boy.
That nigga Cassio ain't even get
Listen,
damn
bro,
hit.
Boots is already to the point where he a 50-50 fight with any welterweight, anybody. He already
that's gonna be interesting. Now that's gonna be interesting.
He's 50-50 with anybody, bro. Like
Boots,
can't nobody
has
see
the
him
same
if your
problem
name
that
ain't
Earl
Earl. If your name ain't Earl or your name ain't Bud, you ain't even really even got a shot with him, in my opinion.
Being up in the house.
Yeah, that's facts.
I
I
like
agree
the
with
fact
that.
that Rashidi Ellis called him out. That'll be a good fight.
But Rashidi gonna get knocked out.
See, Rashidi called him out, and here's my thing, y'all. Like, I'm cool with the call. Like, call him out, bro. Just do that shit when you ain't got to fight.
Had a super chat.
Yeah, don't try to get clout.
Yeah, do that shit. Do that shit when you ain't got to fight. Like Rashidi
But
called him out. All right, cool, bro.
You know Rashidi
But you
and
said
his brother though.
He said he got some. He got a fight already though.
Canelo ass up. You know,
yeah,
him and his
he
brother
got a fight already though.
Partners, so you know they feel like they can take some power because you know.
No, they can.
His brother be fighting Canelo.
Hey,
yeah, they can. Just make sure after, because Rashidi said he got a little tune-up fight. Just after your tune-up fight, keep that same energy and call his ass out when you ain't got nothing going on. See, it's easy. It's easy to do that shit when you already got a fight.
See, he would be up in that talk too about good welterweights, but when he beat that motherfucker Alexis Rocha, he fucked up Golden Boy's bag.
Yeah, because they trying to promote Rocha. Yeah, they trying to. That's why they fed Blair Cobbs to him.
Who was that Rocha just beat the shit out of?
Blair Cobb. He beat the shit out of Blair Cobb.
Blair Cobb.
Yeah, Blair
Cobb. He
Cobb.
built that motherfucker up though. Blair Cobb built it up for him. Just like Rolly just built up Tank's fight, you know.
Yeah, Rolly did his job. He did his job. He got his ass knocked out, but he did his job.
Let me read some of these comments, fellas. You know what I'm saying? They get piling up. This is Roma and Emily Jones says, has anyone asked Porter if Danny or Bud punch harder? EJ took Danny's shots easy, and we know Danny can crack. Nibble says, you got to see the view from the top of the camera pointing down on the fighters to see Spence angle game and how he beat your shoulders and your arms. And Spence that dude hands down. Okay. And Jonah
his catch and shoot game is amazing. Like
it really is. I love when he does that. You know,
like I'm gonna have to slow it down in my videos so people can really see what's going on there, because they can't see it with the untrained eye. You know, I'm gonna have to damn motion steal these for these people so they can see what's really going on.
Okay, Jonah Turner says Bud know his abilities. That's why he can call out Jamel. And Don Jenkins, he says
call Jamel and get smashed.
Let me see. Mike Rhythm says, believe it or not, Tony Harrison has a better chin than Crawford. And Shim de Belonga says, yes, Harrison did outbox him in the second fight. I beg to differ about the first fight. I think Charlo, the champion, was robbed.
Yeah, the first fight was robbery. Fuck.
And
yeah, it was robbery the first fight.
Thaddeus,
but you know, they had to teach Charlo a lesson, because you know the motherfuckers was too loud and boisterous. And then I'm not calling all white people, but them white people had to shut his ass up and show him who was the boss.
Yeah,
they was running around showing their ass too many places, and they had to get them boys in check.
And the fact that they said that, and that was the word, that's what I always heard. I knew it was coming. They were like the first close fight that either one of them have. They gonna teach one of their ass a lesson.
And you see Jamal calmed all the way. You see Jamal calmed all the way down after his brother lost. That motherfucker.
Man, he was waving that American flag and shit.
Canelo and everything. He ain't talking shit to Canelo no more.
Thaddeus Armstrong says, remember we didn't see Mikey Garcia for a long time after that fight. Spin is good at dishing out punishment. And Jonah Turner says, who's been chasing who? Bud been chasing Errol Spence for sprints.
John, you keep saying that same
Sprints for 4 years. Boy would not fight EJ now.
If he was chasing
what's going on, Gene Gomez? Thank you for the super sticker. You know what I'm saying? He says, Pool, I said something. He says, I'm from Texas, bro. That's what's up. He said, when I'm in Puerto Rico, I can send Puerto Rico can't send super chat. That's okay, bro.
Thank you for checking in, man.
Yeah, they I got my regulars coming through. You know what I'm saying? Don says he's getting paid more than he ever paid. And Jonah Turner come back and says both fighters need to get paid. Stop with the unrealistic hypothetical situation. Gene
Yeah,
Gomez
I
says,
believe both fighters should get paid because them damn suits, and I'd rather the fighters get it than them other motherfuckers get it. The motherfuckers that ain't doing shit. Like I'm tired of them sitting there getting rich off the backs of our people, though. You know what I'm saying?
man. Facts.
Like I'd
Facts.
rather the fighters split that shit up than them motherfuckers because they always getting off.
Gene Gomez says, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Get your comments in, man.
Okay, Gene Gomez says, love for Spence is international in Puerto Rico. People like him because I don't know where the rest of that at. And Box King, what's going on, my brother? He says, Errol is built like a cyborg. Technique is second to none. The big don't be laughing, god damn it. Second to none, big fundamental. Look how he works the heavy bag, stone cold gladiator.
Hey, like I said, I gotta make my video called the 36 hands of, I'm gonna make a video called the 36 palms of Errol Spence.
God damn. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, nigga, 36 palms.
It's called the 36 palms of Errol Spence because if you watch the Ugas fight, you watch the Garcia fight, you watch any of his fights, watch before the fight when he's on that heavy bag. He has a 36 hit combo that when he starts working the motherfuckers in the ring, he does the exact combo. He don't care if you punching or nothing. He ducking, slipping, and he's going into that body all the way up. It's 36 palms of Errol Spence. I'm telling you. He works that bag the same way he works a motherfucker. And if you look at it, when he was hitting Ugas with those shots and turning and doing it, the same way he was doing the heavy bag in that damn workout.
That's like the damn 36
you can literally insert.
Man, that shit was like, what, 5 deadly venoms.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I gotta make a video
I know about
called,
that shit.
I got a video called
the goddamn one-arm swordsman, nigga. What's up?
Like,
I'm halfway done right now. It's called the 36 palms of Spence. Because if you can, if you look at any time Errol does his body work, you can insert the fighter right where the heavy bag is. And the same spots he hits on them heavy bags and the way he works and counters it, and then he goes opposite, and then he go clockwise, then counterclockwise. That's the same way he does in the ring. It's called muscle memory. You know, people don't realize that muscle memory, like basketball shooters, how they can hit that three-pointer because they know the exact way. So he has muscle memory when he goes into a fight. So if you don't beat him to one of them points, like if he got point A, B, C, and D already hit, you need to go to the E and F point and try to catch him in between. Because if not, you're going to get HYZ on your ass.
And another thing too, Derek James says he don't teach his fighters to throw combos. So when Spence be throwing those hits, it's like one hit. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's not a combo. That's what Derek James was saying too.
He don't teach them fast combos, but Earl is a combination puncher.
Oh, for sure.
He has a 1-2 combo. He go boom, 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 boom.
Go ahead, pull my fault.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, he's definitely a rhythm fighter. You know, he fights at a pace, which is why he gets stronger in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he never turns up, you know what I'm saying, too high. He never turns down too low. He just kind of stays right there. And like Roy Jones Jr. said, he's a pressure cooker. You know what I'm saying? He get harder and harder as the fight goes on. You know what I'm saying? He picks up the pace. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Charlo like that. They both, you know what I'm saying? They don't lose power. It don't seem like, you know, how you see somebody, you know, jab get weaker and, you know, they can come in a little bit more.
You know why?
Him and Charlo.
Because he percolate. He just stays steady. You know what I'm saying?
Coach Derek James teaches them not to waste movements and conserve their energy. Plus, he builds their stamina to a level that is damn near unquestionable. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Derek James, shout out to Derek James, man. The George Popovich of this shit. Bobby Fischer, this shit.
Derek James had a video, I think, yesterday or today. He was in the gym and he said he had the temperature up to 110. He says that's what he have him sparring.
Yeah, you know, damn.
He got to never open the door, goddamn, in Georgia. That shit's hot as a motherfucker.
It be hot as hell in Texas too, but
I know it got to be extra hot.
You know that shit take away your breath. See that nigga fighting in damn weather that damn will break a lesser man.
But see, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no temperature. It ain't no temperature like it is in Omaha right now, goddamn. I'm telling you. I heard Bowman cut it up to 125, goddamn. I'm telling you, man. I heard Bud goddamn, they leaving in the middle of the night. They leaving in the middle of the night. They don't even want to stay in Omaha. They talking about ain't nothing to do but get their ass whooped. I said, bye.
Bud out there getting ran over by cars training.
Hey man, I'm telling you.
Hey man, that's some good pubbing right there. That's some good
Hey
promotion.
man, it's going down. It's going down. I'm gonna tell my son. I'm gonna show him a picture of goddamn Apollo Creed. I'm gonna be like that Errol Spence. They talk about this motherfucker like Apollo Creed.
So W. Niver says Bud basically plays the lottery. Ramon and Emily Jones says it's expensive to replace eyeballs. He said I just had glasses and LASIK, and that was 4 racks. Wow. And Gene Gomez says Fury has no class. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? And Fat Cat Shadow Boxing. What's going on, my brother? He says every fight is a cash out because you may not make it out the ring. I hear what you're saying, brother.
True.
Thaddeus Armstrong says.
That's what I was sitting there saying right there. That's why I said I can't argue with how much this man want to get paid, because what is your life worth to you?
You got a family.
What is your health worth? Like, you can get a brain damage and you can't never talk no more. You can, like, look at James Toney. That motherfucker can't even formulate words all the way good.
And it's like, all for entertainment.
Muhammad Ali, that shit came on from all them shots to his head, dog. Like, you know, like I said the other day, this shit is blunt force trauma to you, bro. Like, this is trauma.
That's real, you know, because I'm from Detroit, man, and when I ran to Tommy Hearns, man, you can just see it every time you talk.
Man. It's sad. It's sad.
Look
how Roger Mayweather went. Roger went downhill fast, man. You know. He dude was in some wars.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so, he just kind of like disappeared off the scene, and all of a sudden, boom, he was gone.
Because the night, a lot of people don't know, the night of the Pacquiao fight, he walked off, and nobody knew what he was, and I think he walked home, and and he stayed like 20-something miles from the stadium. Like, this shit is real serious, man. They couldn't find him. The Pacquiao fight. So, you know, people be like, oh, you know, Mayweather did a good job considering, like, you know, these folks have stuff going on the side, and they got life just like everybody else, and all these expectations. You know, like you said, man, we got to give them their flowers, man, because any one of them could be the next James Toney or the next, you know, Tommy Hearns. Any one of them. All it takes is that one.
Yeah, Thaddeus Armstrong said, in this fight, you will see Terence Bud Crawford take a lot of punishment, and he will look different at the end of the fight. And W. Nivel says he's trying to auction off that belt. And Gene Gomez says it's all about national pride. And this is Juan Wellington. You know, he's the guy that did that interview with Derek James and stuff that we have. Yeah, Jawan Miller, he came on the panel one time, you know, saying, he says, you don't start off southpaw because it would defeat the purpose of trying to confuse the opponent. And Gene Gomez said, bro, he said, he said, bro, we have black, brown, white, all are Puerto Ricans. Yeah, you know, that's all good, my brother. In America, you know, they still cone heads here. Joe Turner says, correct. Answer panelists, well done. And Juan Wellington, again, he says Spence doesn't have enough in his arsenal to beat Crawford. He says it's a 50-50 fight on paper. Okay, we got our Bud fans starting to come on back here.
You know what? If Juan feel that way, he need to put some money up on it then.
Okay. Knockout. He said knockout. His record is undefeated, which means it works for Bud. And Gene Gomez says, we in Puerto Rico respect most blacks. Come down and take a Rican experience. My brother down there right now. As a matter of fact, he in Puerto Rico right now. Jonah Turner says, why does Errol throw the same 1-2 every fight?
Because it's about
And Juan Wellington says Spence isn't fast either on his feet or his hands. And Thaddeus Armstrong says, to account of, please read this. We've seen everything in Bud's toolbox. We haven't seen everything in Errol's toolbox. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. W. Neville says, Gene of slave trade dropped black off Puerto Rico. Okay. Talking about a slave trade.
Oh, snap.
Gene Wellington is levels. It's levels. And Spence will show Crawford he is on another level, and that's why he's called the truth. And let me see. The Lizzie Way 7 says that makes no sense. How do you think something and have to switch stances to capitalize on it? That means you have to time it again because you're another angle now. Yeah, y'all got to use some goddamn periods and commas and shit. Y'all got me. I sound like I need to go out. I sound like I'm on the damn short bus up in this mud. Juan Wellington says, W. Nivers, what do you mean by better? He said, if we're speaking resume, so far Floyd has a better resume. If Crawford beats Spence and defends it with top-rated opponents, then we can make an argument. So they just arguing amongst each other. So
yeah, I really don't see after this fight for either of them. I don't see them staying at 147. I don't see it. And it's like where do you go from there?
Yeah,
you got to move up or get the hell on.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true. What's that? Lucian, how you say that? Luciano, Dad on
Dada.
How you say it?
Luciano Dada.
Oh, I got it. I see it now. Luciano Dada. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like putting all that stuff together. I think Floyd, I think Floyd was getting ready for Ghost Guerrero when he brought in Errol for sparring.
Yeah. Yep. That's who it was. Yep.
And Juan Wellington says sparring means nothing. Oliver McCall used to beat up Mike Tyson. That means he can whoop Tyson in a real match. Guys.
See, but Mayweather's dog fight sparring is totally different from regular sparring.
Yeah, it ain't no dog in a doghouse, man.
John Church said Bo Mike is an idiot, but keeps him around because they're friends. And Gene Gomez says Nibble, the Conquistador, made the Conquistador made the Indians. Okay, they talking history. Made the Indian of Puerto Rico slaves to in Puerto Rico today. There's a great mixture, my bro. Yeah, y'all got some history down there, man. You know what I'm saying? Some beautiful folks down there. You know what I'm saying? And my brother, he always be sending me pictures. You know what I'm saying, from Puerto Rico. Juan Wellington, you're right. It's a 50-50 fight on paper, but when the bell rings, Bud tastes the basic 1-2 and the simple, relentless body attack in constant pressure. All that fancy stuff going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Slim said drop the link. Let me see.
I'm telling you, you know what's gonna be sad though? After this fight over with, what's the next fight that everybody got to see? Cause see, this one it been on the slow cooker for 4 years.
I'm gonna be real. After this fight, I'm gonna be looking forward to see Boots kill the 147 division. That's gonna be interesting.
Shit, Tank Davis versus Devin Haney for me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I think everybody want to see that one. Everybody want to see that one.
Yes, sir.
You know, but how that fight's going to get made, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
know.
The way the Mayweather, you know, protecting Hank, you know what I'm saying? Not from, you know what I'm saying, just as the way they want to take him, the direction that they want to take Tank career. I don't think Tank is afraid or can't beat Haney. I just think they want to take him in a different direction. They don't want him to be exposed to, you know what I'm saying, being able to get beaten by Devin. They want to, like, maybe get some more rollies or some shit up in there. I don't know.
They gotta let him be great.
That's where Tank got to take control of his career. Number one, I hope he didn't fucking re-sign with the fucking Mayweather. But if he did,
he
hope
signed
it's
for
under
life.
the pretense that he gets to choose his fights and make and you know what I'm saying, gets to have a say in who he fights. And then the way to make that fight is very simple. It's very simple. Ask the WBA to mandate it.
But
No,
you know
ask the
something?
WBA to mandate it. That's
look,
the most simple way.
You know, Floyd said if Tank would have came to him to ask him to make a fight, he'd make it.
You know
And
what
Tank
he did say?
that he never asked for nothing.
He never asked him.
Yeah, he did say.
Well, he asking for them hoes now.
And Floyd
But you
gonna
know
give it
what
to him.
though? In all fairness, this is what Tank's third fight where he didn't struggle to make weight, look like he was focused, he was locked in, looked like a damn, monster, man. And that's
He's
the only
focused
thing
now.
that I could logically think that was holding Mayweather back from turning him loose. Like, but now his mind's right, he's in shape, he's fucking serious about boxing.
Because he was
Turn
hanging
him
with
loose.
Broner.
Nah,
Turn him
Mayweather
loose,
pocketbook.
man.
Because who else he got? If Floyd ain't fighting the exhibition,
Bro,
who else he got that's making money for
He
Mayweather
still
promote?
got the PBC, bro. He's still a part owner of the PBC, bro.
Win
Man,
or
that what
lose,
he
Tank
say.
Davis is
But
still a
if he a
draw.
part
that's
owner of
what
the
he knows.
PBC, how come ain't none of his exhibitions on their platform?
Bro, Mayweather.
Wouldn't you want to keep the money with your company?
What he doing
Wouldn't
is,
you want to make more money for your company?
Of course. Like he
So
part owner.
I don't believe him when he say that shit, bro. Like I love Floyd as a fighter, but I be smelling bullshit in a lot of what he say, bro.
It's evidence of the fact. Him and Al Heyman are business partners, and he also has his company on the side because he's so vain, and because Al Heyman wasn't trying to be with 50 Cent because Al Heyman and 50 Cent didn't get along like that. So Mayweather Promotions, that shit was started by 50 Cent. 50 Cent LLC that shit and everything. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd is supposed to have paid $50 million for that shit because he did it for Floyd. That's how their friendship broke up behind that shit. Because
I feel all of that, bro. But Floyd, the same shit that made Floyd a great fighter to me, like his confidence, his arrogance, obviously his skill set, his self-belief, wanting to be the center of attention, all that shit, bro. Like that's cool. But as a promoter, I just find it hard to believe that he's willing to risk because he know Tank is his cash cow, bro. That's his money. So that's why I believe that he ain't making big fights for Tank because he don't want to risk Tank losing. Then what happens to his company? Who gonna make money for him? Kind of how Oscar De La Hoya was doing with Canelo and shit, bro.
But you know something?
And that's why it's on Tank to demand that shit, bro. Because Floyd and them, they gonna keep as long as he's selling, bro. As long as Tank is selling against Rolly Romero and selling against these guys, bro, they ain't gonna put him in no big fights. They gonna keep doing the same shit they've been doing, and we ain't gonna get what we want.
But you know something? Tank is a lot better than people understand. Floyd has been training that nigga. Floyd dad been training that nigga. Tank has all the tools. Plus he has knockout power.
Oh, I agree.
Yep.
But look,
I agree.
Versus Eastside Cruz, we think that Tank can actually box. See, the problem is Tank fall behind and fight because he know he has that equalizer, so he's trying to set up the knockout punch.
But see, that's a narrative that
hold on, bro.
He don't fall behind like that.
I know, but hold on,
He be
bro.
winning.
If he wasn't relying on his knockout, then he would box a completely different way. Like when he hurt his hand at Eastside, he was boxing for the points. He wasn't trying to sit back and catch him with that one shot, trying to set it up. So see, he has many different ways to fight. But if he didn't rely on his powder, he'd go out there and fight like Devin Haney did as well.
Nah, I ain't mad at none of that. I agree with the skills. I rank him. People that know me, I rank him very high, bro. Extremely high. Like I think Tank is the goods beyond a lot of people's favorite fighters, and a lot of people that think certain fights are 50-50 for Tank. I don't think they 50-50. I think he washed a lot of people's favorite fighters.
I think
I
think he could beat Thurman.
Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise because people buy Tank's fights because they want to see how he gonna knock the person out.
But not the reason I don't like it though, bro, is because
you know who this sound like? This sound like goddamn combat sports. This sounds just like him, don't it? This sounds just like his voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing about Tank, bro, like what I want to see and why I'm kind of critical of some of the moves is simple, bro. Like you see the talent there, you see all the skill that he got, you see how great he can be, and I just don't believe
that Floyd Mayweather is gonna ever act in anything other than his best interest. Like he'll look out for Tank, but Floyd is gonna always have his own best interest at heart. Like what's good for Floyd? What can I do to make sure that I'm winning? Because that's how he was able to climb to the top of boxing when he was a boxer. So I don't see him going and just voluntarily making Tank the big fights and getting all the fights that we want to see. So I need I need to see Tank move on his own, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Tank got his contract to where he can have the freedom that Floyd had to pick his fights.
That's what he needs.
That's what they were saying on the Rise podcast. That Tank
that's what he needs, bro.
The Rise podcast, I think those are his coaches. I think
they his coaches. I'm sub to him too. I know exactly who you talking about, bro.
Yeah, they was talking on Livestream, talking about how they get to where Tank can pick and choose who he wants to fight. And he has a deal with Showtime as well, just in case him and Floyd fall out. But he's keeping Floyd because Floyd's name adds 20,000 more people in the seat, basically. And they smart about that.
People want to see Tank win because Floyd won, or his haters want to see him lose because they couldn't see Floyd lose. I agree with all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I ain't mad at none of that, bro. You got valid points. The only point I was trying to make, bro, and where I'm coming from is I just don't believe. I just don't believe Floyd is going to ever risk Tank being his money man. Like I don't think he's gonna risk it. Like I think if he if he gets in a position where he's like, shit, I could make this fight with Loma or Devin.
He wants that Loma fight because he know Tank beat Loma.
I could do that, but shit, we gonna sell if I make this fight with Michelle Rivera too. We gonna still sell. So shit, I'm gonna go make this Michelle Rivera. Like I just think he gonna always have a little bit of that, and I don't want that for Tank. Like, what's the point of GTD? What's the point of GTD promotions if you ain't gonna go do your own shit? Like at some point, Floyd outgrew Bob, Oscar outgrew Bob, fucking Manny outgrew Bob. Like Tank don't need a promoter no more.
Bob is a good promoter to get you started. Because
he gonna have
Bob is the best promoter of the experience. Because Bob will get you from a prospect to a contender status. Because Bob always get motherfuckers in good status. Then once you become a contender,
you're gonna want more money. You're gonna want a lot like cheap fighters. That's why he loves Lomachenko.
You white, you can sit there for the long. Especially if you white, you sit there for the long haul. But if you black,
that's true.
If you black, you might as well get the fuck on because you done served your purpose, and they not trying to pay you. And they not. Do you know? Not no person that fought Lomachenko has made over $1 million. Lomachenko has only made
Teofimo, the only one that did. He did.
Lomachenko only made $1 million in 2 fights.
And no pay-per-views.
His opponents don't get paid. Teofimo got paid. I think Teofimo got like 1, and Loma had to give up some of his purse to make Teofimo take the fight. But Teofimo got like 1.2 or something to fight Loma or some shit. It was low.
That's what Bob loves him, man, because he's cheap. He don't complain.
Yeah, Loma doesn't even get paid $1 million for his fights.
But check it, Joe. Like what I'm saying is, bro, like I want Tank to move the way that we see Tim Tszyu move, the way that we saw Devin Haney move, the way that we see Jerron in this move. Like, look at the lay of the land, see where the smoke is at, and then go do business with where the smoke is at. There's no reason why Tank Davis can't go over to Bob Arum and be like, look, I'm the star, I'm the draw. Give me a 2-fight deal. Give me a 2-fight deal. I want Devin and I want Loma. He can make that shit happen, bro.
Tank is the Canelo of 140 down.
Facts.
Like I would like to see Tank go get that Josh Taylor fight.
He can do that too. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Josh Taylor said he'll stay and fight at 140 if he can get the Tank fight.
Wow.
Listen, Mayweather, like if we just being real, all the smoke that we want to see Tank with, they all top ranked fighters, bro.
Exactly.
Every last one of them.
And Josh Taylor said he will stay at 140 for Tank Davis.
Man, and them left hands, them left hands he was taking from Catterall, shit.
Exactly.
Sign me up. I want to see that.
Right.
I think Tank washes that motherfucker real because them hands he was taking from Regan's Rougarou Prograde. Regan's about to take the eyeball out, man. Like I don't know.
It's a lot of people that I'm gonna win money off of. When Tank do start fighting the fights we want to see, bro, I'm gonna win so much money. I'm telling y'all.
Did you see Josh Taylor eye after he fought Regan's Prograde?
Yes, bro. That shit was swole up like a fucking softball, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
It closed this shit.
It almost looked worse than Ugas.
Yeah. It took a month.
I'm surprised this shit wasn't broke. To be real,
Rue's a nasty motherfucker, dog. Like people,
Regis that dude, bro.
Yeah,
Regis Rougarou. it's because motherfuckers be avoiding him though, dog. Like,
Nah, they do avoid him, bro. But he on that Demetrius Andrade like stupid ass decision. Like, why the hell did you go to Pro Bellum, bro?
Yeah, because
like he be moving to like he like, bro. You gotta sign again. You gotta put yourself in position to get through.
They see that upfront money. You know, motherfuckers that ain't never came from nothing.
Do that damn Don King
like
shit.
That was Eddie. Yep. No, that was like Eddie Hearn shit. Eddie Hearn's job was to get the elite black fighters and sit their ass on the shelf. That's why he came and got Demetrius Andrade. He got Devin Haney, and we gonna have them fight little cupcakes. And they were fighting cupcakes, but they was getting paid big boy money to fight them cupcakes. Motherfucking Devin get $3 million to fight little cupcakes. Demetrius was getting $3 million to fight little cupcakes. That's when they finally said, "Look, we overpaying." But hell, they overpaid damn Triple G like a motherfucker and Canelo. Like hell, they were about to pay Canelo $40 million to fight his damn sparring partner until they finally said, "Fuck that." Like, that's why the motherfuckers lost over $1 billion over that dead network.
Shit, they got a fire ass fight card. They got a fire ass fight card this weekend though.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Who coming up this weekend?
Shit, man, you got it's 4 title fights.
Anthony Joshua.
Nah, Anthony Joshua in August. Jesse,
that's on the 20th of August, I think.
Yeah, nah, you got
Jesse.
You got Jesse Bam Rodriguez taking on Rung Vasai. You got MJ Akhmadaliev versus Ronnie Rios.
Right,
you got Jessica McCaskill defending her undisputed title.
Oh yeah.
It's like all that shit on one card too.
Jessica McCaskill, she stopped Cecilia Bray.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And then the dude that Chocolatito just beat up. The dude that Chocolatito just beat up, Julio Cesar Martinez, he defended his title. It's 4 title fight. He defended his title on that card too.
Chocolatito beat him, that's what you said.
Yeah, the dude that Chocolatito just beat up.
Yeah,
his last fight.
And the dude that beat the shit out of Chocolatito fighting Bam, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rung Vasai rung Chocolatito's nails, boy.
He knocked his ass out in the 4th round, bro.
He beat that nigga twice. He said, "Okay, the first one wasn't good enough. Here go a second one."
Because people were saying that Chocolatito got robbed because it was a majority decision, and then Rung Vasai said, "All right, I'll give you a rematch," and then he knocked his ass out 4 rounds.
Knocked his ass. Sure wasn't no controversy that time.
Yeah, bro. The card this weekend gonna be fire, bro. It's a fire ass fight card. I know a lot of people don't watch the smaller weight classes. Yeah, he got to be.
They said he was like Vargas. They said he was like Vargas, the young one moving up 2 weight divisions to capture that title. Because he was in the lower division, but on fight week he moved up the fight because the other dude got hurt and he shocked the world.
Yeah, the other dude got sick and pulled out. He said, "I'll take it."
They said that's exactly what Fernando Vargas did, and but. Bam better be careful though, because Rung Vasai, that motherfucker hits like they say he hit like a lightweight.
Yeah, bro, he got 50 wins with 43 knockouts.
Wow.
Now, you can't teach that shit.
Yeah, you can't.
He was over there.
And he a southpaw. So them angle like
I seen a video of him fighting with his elbows and knees too, like over there in his country. So he
that Muay Thai shit.
That Muay Thai shit, yeah. So he might slip an elbow or two in that motherfucker.
All right, let me knock out some of these comments. Box King says,
Box King, please.
He says fight was.
Hey, Pool, real quick for you get too deep into it, Pool. I'm gonna hop out, bro. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, I appreciate you stopping through, Knockout, anytime, bro.
Hey, Knockout, subscribe to my channel, man. Upper
echelon. Yeah, I got you. I'm finna go sub right now. Matter of fact, hell yeah, I'm finna go sub to you, bro. Check out your shit, man.
Yeah, I be seeing you all the time. You on my subscription list.
Yes, sir. Right, appreciate it, man. Good talk today. Y'all boy be easy, man. I'll catch y'all next time.
All right, bro.
All right, Box King says said the fight was 8-4, no knockdown. Shawn took a lot of body shots. The casuals aren't counting half of those. He said they were scoring shots for Shawn, Earl blocked.
Exactly.
Juan Wellington said Porter isn't anyone worth bragging about beating. He says Porter, the biggest win is versus Adrian Brawner. That's kind of
Adrian Brawner is a good win, dude. What are you talking about? Adrian Brawner is a future Hall of Famer, dude. What are you talking about?
So
you talking about Broner since he got up to 147, bro. But Broner is a future Hall of Famer, bro. He was the problem.
So JV says Bud's been healthy and his resume is still weak. Wow, Wellington says DW Crawford can't let Spence dictate the pace of the fight. Ben says Shalom, it's man down today, tomorrow, and forever. The eye doctor, the bone collector. And JV says Bud's been healthy. Oh, as I read that. He said that again.
I'm gonna go back to what my man said. You know, Shawn Porter has the best. He's the most right now at 147 active fighters. He has the best resume.
How you gonna say Bud is? I mean, Shawn Porter ain't nobody worth bragging on.
He has the best resume at 147.
Greets with fire. I like that. Greets with fire says Errol's the Black Wolverine, and John Wellington says JV Spence resume at 147, one fight better. He says to fair.
Come on, are you stupid? I mean,
to fair Spence resume at 147 isn't great either.
Oh,
and
with all due respect, are you stupid? One, I'm just asking. With all due respect, because you sound like you retarded or something, dude. Because he got Mikey Garcia, which is surefire first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division champion, Mikey Garcia, 39-0 before he got there. He got Lamont Peterson, multi-division champion, Hall of Famer. He got Yordenis Ugas, who was the champion, and Ugas had a lot of good fights. Shawn Porter is arguably a Hall of Famer. He has him on there. He has Kell Brook, who was 39-0 at welterweight when he got the sprint. That's arguably a Hall of Famer for what he did for the UK.
Yep.
So I'm still trying to figure out what are you talking about by his resume is not strong. Like, you know, he had an undefeated damn prospect, Carlos Ocampo, over 20-some wins and 0. Like, well, what the fuck is you talking about, dude? Like, y'all sitting at that narrative, dude. Like, that's for people that never box. Y'all be talking the ridiculous shit ever, man. Like,
so W Nibble says, Juan, I'm saying this I got inside plugs to what's happening, and I'm not around all sparring sessions when Floyd got robbed by a guy. I know tons of stuff. Okay, they just kind of arguing back and forth. So Joan Turner says, yeah, Ben Israel tried to find my address so he could send his goons because I disagreed with him. So let me go down here. DW says
Chris Algieri was a damn former champion, you dumbass.
Yep.
So DW said Juan Willen. I think Porter was a credible opponent. He said, I watched the fight. Crawford found out he was down and turned up and got Porter out of there. He was switch. He has a switch. Kenny did make the fight controversial.
Leonard Button was a good fighter, motherfucker.
Juan Wellington says, Jay, I agree, Bud resume is weak, but it doesn't mean he'll lose to Errol Spence. And Gene Gomez says, Errol B. Ugas outboxed some great performance. I was present. Also, you went to the fight. And Joan Turner says, Danny can't crack at 147. He's a gatekeeper now. And
Danny Garcia was a 2-division champion. He beat him as well. Hall of Famer, dude.
So DW says everybody.
Who have you beat since you putting everybody else's accomplishments down? Who have you beat?
DW says everybody. DW says everybody beats Thurman. If Barrow's game plan would have been to go to the body, he could have stopped Thurman. Thurman was on a bike after that one body shot. That's true.
Everybody beats Thurman, but Thurman only got one loss. So I guess everybody don't beat him.
Right.
So DW come back and says, boxing been fired this year. I'm interested to see how Danny looks versus Benavidez.
Jose, he's gonna knock him out.
Boxing. It's been a great year for boxing. This has been one of the best years of boxing I can remember, man. It started off fire.
And JV says, Bud resume is weak, but they speak about him being pound for pound.
when they should be honoring EJ for fighting elite fighters in his division. I agree.
Exactly, JV.
Mike Rhythm says 2 judges scored it 116, 111. I don't know what the other judges was looking at. Spence dominated Porter and made him take a long layoff like everybody else. Okay. And let's see. DW come back says, Joan, I truly believe they both get compensated, well, no less than 20 million each. I do believe EJ should get the larger share if they can give Canelo 30 million, 30, 40 million for fieldings. Those real fighters.
That's because Canelo got a name.
Mm-hmm. And then DW says, Errol jab alone will nullify all Crawford plan. Y'all heard Danny say Errol jab is like a power shot.
That's what I've been saying, that jab.
And Upper Echelon Sports Bar dropped the link, pull. You know what I'm saying? And I dropped the link, and here he is.
About 30 minutes.
Well, I was comments. I be always up trying to read to keep up with the comments and stuff. What's going on, G5 and Steve O? What's happening, fellas?
Man, what's chilling, brother? I said, man, I've been meaning to hop up with your pool. I said, man, I'm fresh off. I ain't on nobody live. I ain't live. I said, man, let me hop up over here with my brother real quick. What's good with you, good men, though? I heard y'all in here cooking up on that good Spence talk, man. You already know what it is.
Always,
man.
Bro. Always.
Man, down, big fish, strap season, nigga. You already know. Body bag, toe tag, call 911. Scoop his ass up.
You need to go check out my then, big dog. Go check out Upper Echelon C5.
Man, dog, his shit popped in my damn what's the names the other day. And I was watching this shit and I got high, man. I meant to sub the other day, but man, I forgot. But I did like it, tap into the video. I said, okay.
My shit
no matter of fact,
bro, in the last few days, bro. Like my shit hit 16,000 views in the last few days. Like I done had 52,000 views in the last day.
Yeah. But I'm just been going live in the AM and shit. Right. I done ran up 30,000 while competing with bigger channels. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah, y'all niggas in trouble. Y'all in trouble.
Now I'm not even going live, bro. Just on my videos. I got 52,000 in 2 days. You feel me?
Yeah, I seen one of them joints at one point. I seen when it was at 16,000. I said, oh yeah, bro, shit ain't really huge like that. I said, oh yeah, buddy. I said these type of folks I get with. When you getting views that lap your damn subscriber count, that's when you know. Yeah, that's when you know something.
My page only 3 weeks old, bro. I just started.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and shout out to all y'all doing y'all thing, man. Shout out.
And I was talking to Derek James today and last night. That's my boy Pool Counter. You know, I was talking to Derek James. You know, he hit me up and everything.
Yep. I was like, wow. I was first when he called. He said, man, I spoke Derek James. I said, God damn. I said, what the hell did Derek say?
Oh yeah, these James cool dude.
He could real laid back. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit, I'm right here in Dallas, so you know what I'm saying? I can't never catch him. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to go by the gym.
Shit. Here, you and me both here. You know what I'm saying? I can't catch up with him either. Shit.
Y'all know he be working. He be working most of the time too. He be working most of the time.
Man. Yeah, but you know, in due time, timing is everything. Shit. So I ain't doing no tripping.
Yeah,
it was Upper Echelon time, and he capitalized. So that's good shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what do you think about all this? You know, they doubting EJ boxing ability and his skills and stuff. What's up with all that?
They gay. Like I've never seen a group of fan base that can never stay on cue, bro. Like if we gonna talk about boxing, let's talk about boxing. You feel me?
Exactly.
What his nipples, what his jewelry, what shoes he got on, what his girl, his kids got to do with you getting in the ring and throwing them ball ups? Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Tonight I'm dropping the James Toney and the Sugar Ray Leonard version of Why They Hate the Truth, Errol Spence. I already dropped the one with Tarver, and the one Roy Jones. I'm dropping Tony and Sugar Ray tonight, and tomorrow I'll probably get Shawn Porter and Tim Bradley out the way. Finish the series.
Oh yeah, shit, I did some on Tarver and Mayweather, all them boys, all this capping. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Tarver, you know, you're a good fighter. Don't get it twisted, but bruh, don't nobody worry about you or care about your little caterpillar looking ass until you be Roy Jones. Bro, won't nobody really checking for you like that. That was your claim to fame, bro. Real talk. And you popped dirty 3 times. And he popped dirty 3 times. Roy, you popped dirty, and James, you popped dirty.
Exactly.
Shit, nigga, come on, bro. Like, miss me with that high pissing ass niggas. But y'all want to talk about a man who came back from an accident, no tune up, boom. Okay, exactly. Then you have another setback. Okay, but y'all turned down the fight. That's your fault. But you was gonna take 20%. Asshole move. You know what I'm saying? You just don't sign a motherfucking contract. You guys get the money right. Shut up, Bo Mac. Shit, you fucked up your man's bag. You know what I'm saying? Then you turn around and you crying about it because EJ got it. And then he have a setback. And the first thing they want to do is talk about EJ ducking Pacquiao for what? He was going to kill that man.
That was free fucking money.
Shit, Jesus came and saved that man. Said, nope, I'm going to give this man an injury because he is going to do something bad to you. Like, you're not going to be the same ever.
Manny Pacquiao turned Christian, so, you know, Lord looking out for him.
Yeah, the Lord,
you know
the Lord protected his ass on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't let his
religion
die
real.
that type of punishment. He was about to go see God that night, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Lord.
The way you guys had that nigga eating wet food,
yeah,
this would have made that a lot worse.
What, man? But he better felt like he had no teeth. Real talk. Like that nigga punched him so hard in his face so many times. He like, man, are my teeth gone? No, they still there. They feel like they gone. Numb that whole boy's face up like he done hit an 8-ball. That Tyson Fury pack or something. You goddamn shit. Yo, like, man, y'all better quit playing with this dude, EJ, bro.
Hey,
I keep telling y'all,
he's drop.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you, they gave that boy a liquid diet. Hey, just open your mouth, boy. Just tell him open your mouth.
Droppy.
And then, but I don't. And like, bro, look. What is Spawn and helping Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson? How the fuck is that gonna help you prepare for Errol Spence? Wait for it. It's not. What the fuck you doing? Steve Nelson Spawn with him. It's not gonna help you against Earl, bro. You're gonna have to go get somebody like a Charlo type of style to be prepared for a person like Earl, and you still ain't done it because you ain't fought in a ring with no headgear.
You need to fight.
You know what I'm saying?
Anthony Joshua, get you an Anthony. Matter of fact, you better go get better VF to spar with you.
Yeah,
go get better VF. That'll help you out.
Yeah, because I told people, I said that's Errol Spence on steroids. Real talk. That's Errol Spence on steroids. If you want, that's his style. They got a similar style. Like, oh, they can't box. They can't do that. Why would I box you?
Last night. Right. Box, but he was boxing last night.
Why would I box you if you can't handle my first gear? Why should I go to second gear if y'all can't even handle first gear? You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go in my tool bag and go from a ratchet wrench to a set of pliers when you can't even handle it when I'm dishing out. So, we don't see it. Well, Bud got to do that shit because he got limitations in phases. He only switched it because he hasn't mastered his style.
Do that one thing until they stop it. Like Seattle, that's what Seattle fucked up in the Super Bowl. They gonna throw the ball on the 1 yard line when you got beast mode in the back.
And he did got 2 yards.
Hitting that shit off. You been running the ball down their throat the whole damn game.
But because they didn't want Marshawn to be the MVP. Then why?
Yep. Exactly.
Because they know he's gonna say, fuck y'all interviews after the game. I ain't talking to you motherfucker. Give me my Skittles and my Gatorade, and I'm going to the locker room. You know it. Oh yeah. I guarantee you, Pete Carroll still have nightmares about that shit.
I heard he still got that same piece of gum in their mouth.
Shit, he probably do. they probably be preserving that shit for his ass and shit. every 10,000 chews, take that motherfucker out like it's a set of dentures or some shit.
Auction that shit on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
He be auctioning his gum on eBay. This right here was 12,000.
Let me see. Let me cut down on some of these comments. Let me see. I got a lot of. What's going on, Dice Game? He says Jonah Turner, anybody could be undefeated, fighting lower class fighters. The only fighter that's good on the proper resume is Shawn Porter. Let me finish, bro. He says the only good fight on proper resume is Shawn Porter, the one who Spence beat. And what's going on, Emmanuel 7 Lion? What's going on, bros? Salute. And Dice Game says Jonah Turner, the only thing you could say for Crawford is Porter, but when he was trying to get Crawford to fight Porter, all y'all was saying that what has Porter done now, and that is Crawford claim to fame. And Jonah Turner comes back and says Dice Game, that is not what Bud fans were saying. Bud stated in the interview that he ever wanted to fight. He never wanted to fight Shawn because they were friends. Bud wanted Errol. And James, what's going on, James? He says Floyd is a super narcissist. He said Tank will ever be in the shadow. And James says Bud's 140 undisputed is tainted. He fought all the gateholders and the Lions like Prograis and Ramirez, Taylor, Bronner, and Prograde, I guess he's trying to say was on his heels. And let me read my boy. He said Emmanuel 7 Lion says I agree with Knockout. He says Floyd wants to keep Tank viable and lucrative, so he doesn't want him to take risks. And to be real, Tank would beat a lot of these dudes because he can actually box. And let me see. Emmanuel 7 Line says Julio Cesar Martinez is in Eddie Reynoso's camp. Okay. And we're saying James says Canelo always hold up the division. 160, 168, 175. Everybody want a payday. And so we continue with the conversation. You know, so we got a lot more comments. Oh, the Nebraska Assassin in the house. What's going on, Nebraska Assassin? You know what time it is right here. He said Dice Game. He said Dice Game. Keith Thurman was viewed as the best in the division, but moved up. Stop the cap. So they just kind of arguing. He says this man's a Bud Crawford. Hate me.
That's funny.
He said if you look at Lamont Peterson by EJ switched to orthodox, then he realized that he was showing. I'm sorry. He's showing and went back to Southpaw to stay low key. JV says Brian Castano would have been a good sparring partner to prepare for EJ. And Ricardo Johnson says, how can Spence have 3 belts and not have the best resume? And Mills Lane says Shakur Stevenson is the best southpaw in boxing, my guy. And there's a lot of people feel that way. That Stevenson is the best boxer, in boxing right now.
Yeah, I think he's the best pure boxer.
Yeah, pure boxer. I say that. But Poole, who said that? How can he have 3 belts and don't have the best resume? Who said that?
Let me see.
Who made that statement? Because Shawn Porter's retired. So who has the best resume actively? Errol Spence.
He was saying he was agreeing with Earl.
Yeah, he was agreeing with you. Yeah.
Motherfucker was saying he ain't got a good resume. He was agreeing.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm about to say, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta make shit make sense now.
He was talking to that Joan River motherfucker, Joan Hart or whatever.
Okay. I was just, I'm saying, Melissa Joan Hart, whoever, I'm saying. I'm just trying to see, like what y'all talking about. Y'all gotta make it make sense. Because it's funny that y'all try to discredit, the Ugas fight when y'all wanted all the credit for Bud for beating Jeff Horn because he beat the man that beat the man. Keep the same fucking energy. Earl beat the man that beat the man, and not just beat him, he stopped him. The same shit apply. Ugas beat Manny, and Earl stopped Ugas. Horn beat Manny, and Bud beat.
Horn shit was controversial. Shit.
Oh yeah, but hey, that's neither here or there. Keep the same fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander to these dudes. That's all we saying. Nobody saying Bud Crawford ain't a good fighter. He hella talented. He just gonna run into another motherfucking monster. That's all.
And he's gonna get paid handsomely for it. He been holding on to his record just for EJ. You know, he has to be a sacrifice. You know, you gotta feed the beast.
My name is Paul Kind of Boxing. I just want to say hello, and I just want to say, yeah, I hate Bud Crawford. And this is a Bud Crawford Hate 888 meeting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For the Nebraska assassin out there. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. He says, Dice Game, he said Keith Thurman was viewed as the best in the division, but Bud moved up. Stop. Okay, I read that already, didn't I? Let's see. That was his last one. And Dice Game says, Joe Turner, you don't make no sense. If Bud Crawford wanted to fight Spence, Bud had a belt, so why didn't he go that route? You know what I'm saying? So
Keith Thurman was the best in the game at ducking. He was ducking Errol Spence ass. That's why Earl ain't fighting his ass now. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shit, what I walked in though.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man.
I was just giving my AAA, my AAA hate Terence Crawford meeting speech. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Paul. Hey, well, what do we call the motherfucking slander when you go holler at Bernie and Bomac and Travion Crawford and shit when they talking about Earl? We ain't even disrespecting. We saying what we see. Y'all, them dudes be over there talking about everything outside of boxing. He a drunk and all this shit, man. Keep it on boxing.
Man,
like, come on, bro.
They
like,
be acting. They be acting some.
See, Nebraska assassin. See, you don't know G5. I'm quick with the shit. Like I do this shit in my sleep.
Yeah, he must don't know. He don't know.
Hey, fool, he don't know something. Like, bro, I'm a quick hitter. Like I'm coming. Like, soon as you say something, I can match you with that, bar for bar. I'm not gonna run out. I got plenty of them to go. So I just try to tell people, keep this shit real, keep this shit fair. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be talking about no disrespectful shit if Team Crawford and them didn't start the shit. Those are facts.
I've been holding.
You still haven't seen Team Spence talking about Bud ain't this and Bud ain't that. He always gave Bud credit as being a very good fighter.
And Bud, he got a lot of dirt out there that he got a lot of low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? That because we all grew up capping and stuff. So I mean, but I'm too old to be doing that shit. But you know what I'm saying? We all grew up capping, and he got a lot of low hanging fruit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't stupid niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a DW said, what you say? Go ahead, G5 Cook.
No, I'm going on mute, man. I got to go in this store, go get me some cigars so I can roll up, man. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go on mute. I don't need no background on your live.
All right. DW says, Bud did not call out EJ when he was at 140, and it don't matter. Bob wasn't letting Bud fight nobody at PBC anyway. That's why Bud suing Bob. Case closed. Invalid argument. And
so if that's the case, then why the hell not Earl was ducking then? Shit. So
because it's a narrative. It's just something to say. Just something to say. I mean, it don't make.
And then Earl was ducking. Like I keep having to explain to Joe Turner every time. Bud had a chance to fight when he first came to welterweight, and he had a chance to fight after the Porter fight. Both times, Bud said no.
Mm-hmm.
So until you can damn explain why he did that, I don't want to hear shit.
Ricardo Johnson, upper echelon, said that Tarver and Roy Jones video was fire.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
DW said they're gonna wish Errol was drunk come fight night, it's gonna get bad for Bud in that pressure cooker. Roy Jones Jr., the pressure cooker. And the Nebraska assassin, I think this Bud Crawford right here, y'all. Bud, sign the contract, nigga. Sign the contract. What's going on? Holler at your boy, Steve. That's Bud Crawford right there.
Hey, bro, what's up, Bud? The illest nigga in Nebraska.
The illest nigga in Nebraska.
I'm telling you, I ain't gonna see Casey this ass and John Wayne's ass.
Hey, that's big head Rico. I'm about to drop a dime on these niggas.
Oh yeah, coming out the damn shot with that damn hairdo.
Hey, but yeah, for the dude
them
that
niggas rolling good, I don't like that shit.
For the dude that like the videos, yeah, I got 2 more coming out tonight. It's gonna be on James Toney and Sugar Ray Leonard. So let them know that, Pool.
No, they just heard you, bro.
I was about, who was it?
Ricardo Johnson.
Yeah, Ricardo. So I got 2 more coming for you tonight.
The Nebraska Assassin says there are an overwhelming number of support channels for Spence on YouTube, G5, Classified. And
calling G5 out.
So Nebraska Assassin said DW, Felix Diaz, and John Molina was the PBC and Bud fought them. Yeah, that's because your boy Bob, he'll pay for cheap talent. You know what I'm saying? He ain't paying for no high tier talent. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to give Danny Garcia $1 million fucking dollars.
Right. He's gonna low cut them dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know,
he was trying to underpay Shawn Porter, and Shawn was like, fuck that. We just go ahead and get a purse bid. And
right.
Bob knew the PBC would have outbidded his ass for that purse bid. That's why he went ahead and damn made the damn deal.
Now, see, when you add the context, you know, they don't want that shit. They just want to go with the sound bite. It said DW says, like EJ said, blame Bob and tell Bob stop lying. Bud finally seen the light and sued Bob. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because PBC, they would have got that Shawn Porter and Crawford fight. They'd have put that bitch on Showtime pay-per-view and they would have promoted that shit. And that shit would have made some damn money. But, you know, ESPN, the biggest channel in sports, they don't know how to promote black people.
Mm-hmm. They know how to promote them shit. I hear about every time LeBron eat a pack of the goddamn chips. Fuck yeah. They don't want to. They don't want to put them up there. They don't want to make them wear.
They don't know how to promote boxers anyway. Because look at Lomachenko. Like, he ain't even a pay-per-view star. He's supposed to be the great. He's the greatest. He's the Matrix. And you know they can't even get him on pay-per-view. So
Joan Turner says, panelists, I'm not going to address why Bud didn't fight Errol earlier. Y'all keep the same energy after the 5th. And Buckstyle says Crawford fans expect Errol to do everything. Like Bud team couldn't send Errol an offer since he wanted that fight so bad. And DW says the Nebraska Assassin. What Bud just said. Bob wouldn't get him to fight with EJ. Now please believe Bud. So John Turner said after Bud's annihilate EJ after Errol, and Grease with Fire says, what's the name of your podcast? The other brother talking. I guess he's talking about you, Upper Echelon. Okay. Candy Slim 501 says, nah, Boss Bob offered Danny $3 million, and Danny said no and fought Granados for less than $1. Candy Slim 501 says $1 million, and Nebraska says $3 million offer for Danny. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but Danny wanted more money to fight, you know what I'm saying? Bud. You know what I'm saying? He said he make more money than that. So, you know what I'm saying? They paid Mir Khan, you know what I'm saying, what, $7 million? You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, in my opinion, Mir Khan wasn't worth no damn $7 million. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna pay, how you gonna pay Mir Khan $7 million, and Danny, you know, so you could have paid Danny that $7 million. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Amir Khan.
You know why Bob would have did that? I think Bob was looking at the European money to support Danny. I mean, Khan more than that Latin money would support Garcia.
You would have thought, because the Latin is what he understands.
He forgot this not the same Amir Khan though. You know what I'm saying? It's not Amir Khan that everybody was over here like, oh my God, Amir Khan and doing all this extra shit. It's different. He don't have the same pull that he had. You know what I'm saying? Now they was able to pull something together with Kell Brook and Amir Khan because that was something that was built up so long that even though it was old, people still wanted to see it. You know what I'm saying? After, you know, especially over there across the water. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see that fight. They've been waiting on that fight for what, 10, 12 years? Some shit. Yeah. So of course that's gonna sell. And they got the fan base over there already. With Bud, like, okay, you got your normal 3.5. They gave goddamn Khan $5 million guaranteed. He made the other $2 million on the back end, and Bud made like another 1.5, and he made like $5 million for that fight, and Khan ended up with 7. Like, but you still took, and you was okay with taking the B side against Khan.
But actually,
what was so hard about doing it against Earl?
Actually, he made more than Khan that fight when he got the rest from the pay-per-view residual. At first, I sat there and thought he took the low end against Khan too, but Crawford got the most in that fight.
Well, that ain't what the paper say. It shows they 3 points. No, I mean I will. No, I don't doubt it. But I'm going off what we saw, what we could prove that they put out.
Yeah, because I was gonna roast his ass about taking less versus Khan, but want to overprice himself versus Spence. And then when I went to go look it up, I seen that it showed that he made
that good Crawford, nigga. I don't care.
He made like 6 and Amir made 5 something.
You may have Derek Jack, but I got Bud on my shit.
Yeah, boy, you balling now.
I got Bud. I got the Nebraskan assassin. Who is the Nebraskan assassin? If that ain't Bud Crawford. That Bud Crawford,
man.
Goddamn.
You know, man. You see that shit. You see all that shit.
Yeah, that's the only
Nebraskan assassin.
Hey, y'all remember that quarterback Scott Frost from Nebraska? That's him.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's him. Supporting Bud. You know what I'm saying? He's supporting Bud. Anything for his Nebraska, Nebraska familiar.
Hey Bud, your mama, that $10 still good.
Well, that $10, she still got it in her pocket. You know why? It's illest. She still got that same $10 from back then.
I wonder if when Earl wins, can he go ask for that
10? He gonna still be in their mama purse.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna still be in her purse. She might well frame that. She might well frame that.
Not when she go against Earl. Earl better get that 10 from her too.
You see how Ryan had to pay up. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a good one.
I think so too. DW says, I don't think Danny was looking for a payout. We're looking for a payout. That's why he finally took EJ. It was his turn to get whipped, and he was banking on the accident. Yeah, I think so too. Just like Crawford banking on the accident, but it's over.
Crawford, see, it ain't no accident no more. He just seen that Ugas fight. He realized it ain't no accident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on. I was at the Danny and Spence fight. I was at the Spence and Ugas fight. Yeah, damn near on the floor. I seen all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude,
body shots.
Man, look, that shit there, that shit is different, bro. That's a different type of shit in there, man. Trying to tell y'all need to be listening to these people that he spar with. He spar with champions, brother.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for
an undisputed champion that is a dog. That sparring right there is better than people fights.
And he be putting that nigga on his ass. You know, and the best thing about that though, Errol and Charlo, they gonna be the best out there. You know why? Because they say iron sharpens iron.
What's going on, William Old School?
And both of them stay in the gym with each other. They keep pushing each other. Like, man, you can't get no better training. You got a partner right there, and we a couple pounds apart, and I'm getting the best training. He can do everything my opponent can do, and I can do everything his opponent can do. There's nobody that's gonna touch either one of them boys. And if they can throw the ball in the book, it's gonna be that much more better. Because they already got Frank. They got Frank that goes Martin over there. They got Brown over there. They got a big guy like Marcus Brown throwing some of them damn shots with Spence. They said Spence worked the hell out of Brown over there.
Hey, don't forget Burley Brooks. You know, he fight at 175. He been out of the mix for a little bit, but that motherfucker's a puncher.
I'm talking about, you know, Mark Brown. You know your dude, Sir Martin, right? Your boy, Sir Martin.
Oh yeah.
Sir Marcus. Well, you know, they was talking about how Spence gave him the work in there, and that's the motherfucker that lost to Better BL. But he was a hell of a boss, but they was talking about how him and Spence was in the damn sparring match. They said Spence could finally let loose. Like, cause he don't be wanting to hit his sparring partners with everything, but they said when he was with him, they said he was letting the damn motherfucking leather fly. Said they made that motherfucker stop after the second round. Said that motherfucker body was tender.
He must be fucked him up for Arthur BF then. He damn sure folded in that shit too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that, you know what I'm saying, Earl beating the dropped male ass in sparring a couple times. But hey, I mean, I ain't, you know, I haven't got all that clarification from my insider people, you know, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
But you know something, G5? That's the reason why. That's the reason why men will take shots from everybody else. He getting hit by the best. And you know, iron sharpens iron. So Spencer go in there and beat Bell body up real good, then he'll let it heal up. That's how like karate people get them calluses. You know, you sit there and work this shit real good and let that shit form calluses. So him and Jamil are beating each other body up and they pushing each other. They like Vegeta and Goku. They always fucking train each other.
Hey, guess what? And they ain't even in their final form yet.
Nope. They done surpassed Ultra Instinct with the Super Saiyan Blue with the KO Ken times 1,000.
Oh, so this Super Dragon Ball Z, goddamn.
Now it's past that.
Yeah.
Beyond.
I mean, we see how male fight. Just y'all seen some of the clips of they spawn, bro. They be in there like they Bloods and Crips beefing over the block. Real talk. And they boys, bro. I'm like, I listen to some of the shots they be landing. I say, God damn, them boys not letting that shit loose. You know what I'm saying?
Enemies, like they
yeah. Yeah,
and then laugh about it afterwards. I'm like, yeah,
that's Texas. That's Texas right there. That's that Texas.
And your body getting trained to that right there. Shit. Your competition in trouble. I was listening to nobody that can do that with him.
I was listening to your live, G. I don't know if you was on somebody else's panel about somebody wanting to challenge you to a damn run and shit. Yeah. And you told me you'd give him a head start. Boy, I laughed my ass off. I
mean that. They gonna need it.
He said he was I think he said he was 240 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I told him, I said, my boy Ghost. I said, Ghost, that's disrespectful to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I was training professionally for track, bro. I can't do you like that. You line up with me, you're not gonna. The only time you're gonna be next to me is when we start. Straight up. Like that's the only time you're gonna be close to me. And I can dap you up. I'm like, hey, now I tried to tell your ass, this ain't what you want. Like I really do this track shit. I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Kids, a wife. Had a wife during that time and shit, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
no doubt.
Pay the cost to be the boss.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I told him, he like, man, I run like a 10-5 or something like that. I said, boy, you did really need a head start. I'm 10 flat, 4-2, 20 point. All that shit, you better go get you some help.
I ran a 4.27
that
in high
shit
school.
old.
I ran a 4.27 in high school. I was free safety from Mount Tabor High School. And on track, I ran a 10.5. And that's because I didn't even want to run
old track, man. Nah, because it's technique. And shit, 10-5 is good when you ain't really got the technique and you just, you know what I'm saying, you just going off of natural ability.
Yeah, I didn't even get down in the stands when I used to run. My coach used to get on my nerves. The only reason I ran the track, the football coach told me to do that shit. Because I played free safety. But I was also a boxer as well, so I ain't need no win. But I ran track because it helped me with my training when I was going for my junior golden gloves and everything. And I got my junior golden gloves in '96. Yeah, so you know that track helped me with my win and everything. And then I used to play free safety on the football field. I played quarterback in Pop Warner, but when I got to high school, man, I got that damn backside blitz. The motherfucker, and I was on the varsity in the 9th grade, and that man hit me, bro. I mean, I'm talking about he hit me with a blindside blitz too. Motherfucker did a damn cornerback.
Oh yeah, them the worst one.
Yeah, I got hit with a cornerback blitz.
Worst one.
And hell, I was in the most throwing it. I was about to throw it to the wide receiver in the flats. He did a curl route, and I was about to hit him in the flats. Next thing you know, I had my face in the damn dirt. I said, "Oh no."
Oh yeah.
I told Coach, I said, "Nah, I ain't taking no more of them."
Running back, safety, corner, and slot.
So that nigga was like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna let you at wide receiver." So I was at wide receiver, but we had a motherfucker but I was burning the motherfuckers and shit. But then he was like, "Man, you got some good footwork." You know, I used to box, so he was like, "Let me do you like this." So first he put me at cornerback, and I was sticking with the motherfuckers and everything, right? But we had a nigga named Willie Damon, and he was the safety. And you know, if we running in the damn zone or we in a cover 2, you know, I'm supposed to fall back, hit the inside while he take the
Yeah, you got the flat corner too. The corner got the flat.
Yeah.
There's the area in the flat, yeah.
Yeah, so motherfuckers was taking his top off, bro. Like, motherfuckers was consistently taking the top off the defense. You feel me? So he was like, Smith, I'm gonna have you switch to the free safety. They moved Willie to strong safety. And yeah, like in my 4 years of damn high school football, I've only had the top taken off the defense one time, and that's because they was on the other side of the field. They had 2 deep. And shit, the other cornerback was supposed to keep his man all the way down. But once that ball was in the air, I started hunting that shit down. The nigga caught the ball. I caught his ass like around the 5-yard line, but you know, he took the top off the defense. And you know, it wasn't my fault, but it was my fault because you know I was defensive captain.
What's going on, BJ Thoughts? All right, now we're gonna go around one by one, y'all. You know, we're gonna wrap it up. I've been on here for 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go chill. Everybody,
come on, that's baby shit, man. That's baby shit. Go ahead and get you a 7 hour joint like me. I'm just fucking with you.
Did you get 7 hours in
right now?
Man, like, cause morning time, like my job, I'm, you know, I can use my phone at will, so it's easy for me to do live and run up my, you know, I already met my watch time out. I'm just running up my subs. I already did everything else, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, where can they find you, G5?
Man, appreciate, you know what I'm saying, allowing me up here, man.
Oh,
Bachelor, man. You already know I'm tap in, man. We gotta do some work. You know what I'm saying? I had seen some shit, but you know, I put the name, the voice, and everything, you know what I'm saying, with the content creator. I'm like, yeah, homie know what he talking about. So yeah, you gotta slide through the AM cleanup, man. We be in that joker running it up. I'll be on our boxing shit, but you know, we talk about a little bit of everything and we just run it until the people tell us, all right, we tired of y'all type shit. But y'all can find me at G5_Gabe, YouTube, Instagram, man. We just working. Shout out to everybody in the chat support my boy Poor. Kind of make sure y'all smash my guy like button,
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all being interactive, being a good chat, man. Made a dope live stream.
Hey, anytime, slide
Appreciate
through.
you
You know
having
how
me
we
up,
doing it. You
man.
know how we do.
Oh yeah, man. Keep on doing your thing, man. I see you over here getting to it.
Shit, getting it in, bro. We got to do this. It's what we do. Upper echelon. Where can they find you, my brother?
Yeah, my name's Upper Echelons. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you ain't subscribed, give me a link, hit me up, like, share, subscribe, join the community. We're gonna be doing some building this year. You know, I've got a couple people from the industry connects. Gonna try to get them on the show with me and my boy Paul Counter. You know, Derek James and his camp. You know, I'm also talking to a couple matchroom people, but you know, I'm gonna drop hot, fresh content every day for you, and I'm gonna keep it unbiased as much as possible. Even though I think Spence will win, I also am being fair to Crawford as well, and I'm about to make the videos of him as well. And it's the sports bar, baby. I'm building my community so we can talk about anything as an adult. The same thing you do at a sports bar. We talk about life, we talk about death, we talk about this good thing we call boxing and everything. But you know, the links in the description. Holla at me.
All right, y'all. This has been Cool Kind of Boxing. I appreciate all y'all. And Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? I see you down there, you know what I'm saying? Illest nigga in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you, bro, but EJ gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see you guys in the next one, man. Thanks everybody for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to G5, subscribe to Upper Echelon. You know what I'm saying? And always, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. And Lord, don't go around here, Lord dog. See you in the next one. Mm-hmm.